Blackwater D&D, where the DM sometimes stabs players in the game. Legally speaking.
Legally speaking.
It's a spooky night. You can say it. You can say it without legally speaking.
It's
Spooky.
Scary Halloween. We've got all of our wonderful folks here ready to play some amazing D&D, plus an extra person who is currently away from the computer doing very important things.
He's walking the dog. He'll be back very shortly.
Very
he loves
short.
an intro. He loves an intro.
Yeah. But yeah, welcome on in. If you're new here,
to the edge of all things, our interim campaign that is happening here on Blackwater D&D.
At the edge of all things. I was getting there. It's spooky tonight. I'm scared. Okay, it's hard to talk. It's hard to talk with all these goosebumps on me. Yeah, this is At the Edge of All Things, the interim campaign between Campaign 1 and Campaign 2 of Blackwater D&D. And we're very excited to have you here. And if you're not new here, welcome back. We love to see you. Em, do you have announcements?
I sure as shoot do. We're very excited for this campaign to be joined by 3 fantastic, amazing guests from outside of Blackwater. And if you don't know who these people are, what rock are you underneath? My goodness. Yeah. We are very, very excited to be joined by Roz from AFL and Questline, Bam from We D&D and ArtHardStudios, and the most fantastic Faye, aka Mendarii, who is just one of the most talented world builders I've ever met. So our mods will shout out their links in the chat here. These folks have fallen in love with each and every one of their characters, and they're never allowed to leave. So I'm gonna jump.
Oh no, the spookiness begins.
He's back. Tim, you're back.
Tim.
What are we doing?
It's
we're playing
just
D&D
like your
tonight?
entrance to the campaign, coming in just a bit late.
Also, I feel like we should point out, because usually we say thank you when people come and raid us, and we tend to talk about that. We are pre-recording. Halloween is a busy night for a lot of people, so we are pre-recording, so we won't be able to say like, hey, welcome in when you raid. But if you're coming in raiding, we really, really appreciate it. And if you're in the chat right now and you see a raid, make sure to spread all of the love to the people who have been so kind and raided us.
Amazing.
And big shout out to Vancouver by Night for the raid. Thank you so much.
I love the energy of blind calling a raid.
Amazing.
Thanks for the bits. Thanks for the donation there.
Thanks so much.
Wow.
$5.
Is that a Prime sub? Ooh.
I am going to jump into some very quick announcements here, and then we're going to play some D&D because that's what y'all want to see. A big thank you to our sponsors, Legendcraft, a nerdy woodworking company from Calgary. Check them out, and if anything tickles your fancy, enter the code Blackwater at checkout for a discount. We are also proud to be sponsored by Syrinscape because epic games require epic sound. We have an amazing partner in Legend Keeper. This is the ultimate world building tool created by DMs for DMs. You can use it to create comprehensive wikis and atlas, share specific pieces with your players with its private by default nature, and allow for real-time collaboration. There are no limits on storage or creation with its beautiful and easy-to-use interface. There are a small group of creators in both Canada and the US who are constantly upgrading and rolling out new features. Type !Legendkeeper in the chat for more details. Oh, I didn't breathe through that whole thing. I got to start breathing.
Breathing is important, I've heard.
Breathing's very important.
Well, I don't know. Your character's
don't need
not
to breathe
really
when you're
No,
dead.
Luke's not breathing right now. Love, as always, to our campaign artist, Tiana Kovacevic. You can find her at miss._Marson on Instagram. Tiana has completed our official campaign 2 art that we are going to start teasing very, very shortly. We are also very excited to announce that we have a new dice sponsor for campaign 2, and we will be rolling out. I saw proofs of my dice, and I'm pretty sure I saw proofs of somebody else's dice, so I'm very, very excited. About all of that. We also have merch. We have a Discord, which is one of the most fantastic places around. We have a meticulously curated YouTube with over 1,700 hours of content. So please head on over there and check out all of the amazing campaigns that we have had the privilege of putting on the internet for all of you. A big thank you to those of you who subscribe to us. Don't forget to re-up your subscriptions. Prime subscriptions do not roll over, but regular subscriptions do. If you would like to support our show above and beyond a subscription, you can type !donate in the chat, and you can head on on over to our Streamlabs page and you can just donate in there for us. Thank you so much. All of your donations go back into the show to allow us to keep creating fantastic content and keep the stream running, because that's hard to do on the internet these days. For programming, this is our show that sits in the Monday spots. We have nothing this Wednesday because we had a fantastic DM roulette. Last week, we were joined by Jay from Swole Initiative Order, Weston, who is Arcane Anthems, and Mistress Winter, who is a fantastic GM and player as well. So we had such a fun time. We will be taking next week off with our Wednesday Wonders. I think we have maybe 1 week off with our Wednesday Wonders, and we will be back with the Rage Saga in a little bit. Adam's also going to be doing some world building on Saturdays because everything he builds, he then just breaks. So if you've ever wanted to watch a creation of yours get wrecked on the internet, this is a good place for you to come and do that. So lastly, whether you are new with us tonight or you have been with us for ages, thank you so much for your support. We love you immensely, and thank you for hanging out with us at our table. We hope you feel super welcome here. Cody, roll the clip and make it spooky. Roll the clip.
Welcome. I've just been informed that there's never been a long rest on this campaign yet, which is fun to know, and is a great segue into.
That's actually not true. We had one in the first session.
You did, true, in the forest.
Never long rested.
Adam's just telling us lies
Ember's
now.
never long rested. That's where the confusion. That's where the confusion is. Last we left off, the party, now referring to themselves as the Silver Linings, arrived upon the Andolu, the throne-class ship upon which the remnants of Veodothus have hidden away to escape the end of the world. The Silver Linings immediately received a number of promotions and upward momentum in their career paths, and attended a rather important meeting held by the King Embrus, who is presumably the last surviving crown of the Tetrad monarchy.
And a total catch.
Hot, we're trying to cast Ryan Reynolds. If you're watching this right now, go at Ryan Reynolds on Twitter and tell him that he has a project he really should work on. During the council, you learnt that this destruction wasn't just held within Veodothus, it was worldwide. You headed back to a manor now owned by Burgundy, who has, for the interim, for the time being, has taken over as representative for Diametros and is technically the head of Etenarg, the House Etenarg. Though with Burgundy looking further into the legality of that, realizing maybe not 100%, it's a real stopgap kind of motion. From the house, you decided to head towards Eastfall, where you would rescue, hopefully, any remaining members of King Embrus Lasser's family that may have survived within their vault that they had built below the city. Heading to the ship, Ember and Smoke had a conversation about personal responsibility and consequences. And then Smoke was accosted in the press of the crowd. And that is where we find ourselves now. But before I start, as always, there is a verse. So, hope fading, blood dripping, knuckles white, clouds gather, sky grays, fading light. Hold fast to each other, hold tight until the end. Wish upon all wish, the gods may send a friend. Breathing's getting harder, tears upon the cheek. Is a rescue coming, or does death finally speak? Welcome to episode 4, The Rescue.
Jills! I can't handle this.
The crowd is smothering, almost like a living beast, writhing and crushing. Most are oblivious to the ever-growing puddle of blood that is pooling around your knees, Onyx. Those that notice Smoke move on quickly, the glassy stare of those who have experienced true horrors, faced with another horror and just hoping to get away with haste. Ember, you press against the crowd, desperately seeking a clue of what just happened. In your shock, your fury, your confusion, you don't notice the stain of crimson blossoming at your side. It's not a life-threatening cut, and in your panic and desperation to get through this massive bodies, it's far from a concern to you. Shren, as you send your homunculus over to Smoke with a healing syringe, you see 2 figures dressed in the uniform of the Steam Guard engineers emerge from within the hold of the Chimera. They move up from inside, having just been inside your ship. We were. Is this your ship? Are you?
Yeah, it's my ship. What you doing here?
What was the name you gave again? Something Young, dear?
Tarvin Youngdo.
Tarvin Youngdo. They go, are you Lord Tarvin Youngdo?
Yeah, more or less.
My God, that picked up all of a sudden. I'm turning the music down.
We all went there. I was like, yeah, Adam, I'm listening.
They look at you and they're like, we were instructed to install the safety runes that keep the elemental chaos at bay.
You got any paperwork?
Yeah, and they hand you paperwork that seems like a requisition order installing basically buffers to ensure that the elemental chaos that turns people from people to elements is kept outside your ship. Because you know that one of those is installed in the Endolu, but each ship leaving has a chance of running a risk. So they've installed that so that your ship doesn't run that risk.
I don't like people touching Mira without my consent. Let me see what you did. You probably mucked it up real good. And just completely forgetting Smoke, I go about trying to take care of my ship. Like my sweet girl, my poor innocent girl.
Fidget is right by Smoke. Would you like to do anything with Smoke?
Yes, so as my homunculus servant, it is able to deliver touch spells for me. And so the syringe that Fidget has, he glides down with his little metallic bat wings. He's going to go inject her with a cure wounds. Okay. So, Onyx, you're holding Ember, and you see as a small homunculus cat kind of lands on Smoke's chest and plunges this syringe into her chest. And Smoke, you awaken. How much health does Smoke receive? 10 hit points.
Oh my God.
Ember, you looking through the crowd, you see from the corner of your eye a man dressed in military uniform bearing a mark that shows he holds the rank of captain, approaching the Chimera with 2 other soldiers, each one holding a small crate. Upon seeing Smoke on the ground, his eyes widen and he rushes over to you. Are you Captain Utai?
Yes, that's me.
Captain Alaron Versal. I was told to bring the protective runes for each person, personal runes, protect them from the chaos.
Right. Yes. We're on that ship over there.
He gestures to his 2 men, and they take the crates over. He looks at you, goes, he hands you a rod inscribed with runes. This is needed to open the vaults. What's happened here? Is she okay?
I mean, like, I'll look at her, like, I see she's awake now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me. Tell me what happened.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Captain Versailles was your name?
Versal.
My
as
companion
and
I'm like kind of like looking at my side, like
as you're looking down, as you look around, you see Versal react before you hear the sound. As Versal's hand comes up and a shimmer of blue energy appears before him, and then the sound of a gun crack and splash against the shield. And he looks at you and goes, "Is this you? Are you under attack?"
It would appear so.
Get on the ship. The best place for you now is not here. And another gun rings out, and you watch one of the soldiers carrying a crate stumbles and drops the crate aboard the deck of the Mirror. Blood exploding from his shoulder.
I'll pick up Smoke, helping her to her feet, like slung over shoulder.
You grab Smoke. You pull Smoke towards the ship. Versal.
I'm gonna call over my link. I mean, Shren, get it started.
Oh, all right. I'm just gonna
So you dismiss the 2 engineers. As you go up the stairs, you see motion to the left in a spot that the engineers most likely missed. It's hard to see in this dim hold. Tim, can you describe your character for me, please?
Ooh.
So you see a tall humanoid. You can see with kind of like black short hair swept to the side, wearing kind of a long leather coat, leather pants, with kind of gold buckles, and you can see kind of a fairly sizable kind of ruby gem in his belt. And he's kind of leaning up at just to the side of the top of the stairs. And you hear in your head, as you can see, like these kind of like greenish eyes, these like emerald green eyes. Shren Oldbuck, it's good to see you. I wasn't sure if you'd made it.
Always make it.
At this point, time kind of is difficult with D&D, but this is you hear a gun crack out in the distance, and the crowd outside screams.
You hear in your head once again, mind if I catch a lift?
Mate, I meet a lot of people. What was your name again?
It's me. And you see he kind of wipes his hand over his face, and you see this kind of like emerald scales appear, and you see the face of Vellix Green, an emerald gem dragonborn.
Oh, Vellix. Why don't you just say so? And then I message you back in your head, and stay out of my head.
Screams, panic. The crowd is in full riot. They're not attacking anyone, they're just trying to get away, but the press of bodies at this point, the amount of people who are at this dock right now are so many because they've just started landing. It's still processing people from the event that has just happened. The world has just ended. And you see Onyx, you're under Smoke, you're under Onyx's arm. Ember, as you start backing up towards them, you see small canisters roll into the crowd, and smoke starts billowing amongst the crowd. Gunshots. You watch as a bystander just gets clocked in the head and goes down, blood everywhere.
Okay. while this is
backpedal
happening,
towards the ship.
I am going to throw up. I'm going to activate my my Eldritch Cannon, my protection cannon. So I am going to grant 1d8 temporary hit points to each creature of my choice within 10 feet of the turret. The turret is perched on my shoulder.
Oh, shit.
You watch as a bullet goes to hit another bystander, and your turret bubbles out and deflects it away. You see the bullet grazes their forehead.
They get 12. It's 12 hit points.
Yeah. You watch this person like stumble and hold their head, but if not for you, they would have been dead. They press on, and you see Versal trying to ascertain where these shots are coming from, but also keep the crowd from stampeding. And you see he's overwhelmed. There's just too many people here, and the guns are ringing out. You can see the squad pushing up to the boat. They're quite close.
I cast Fog Cloud just all around us so that there's no distinct person to take a shot at.
Okay.
Is there like anything for us to like on these docks? Are there any like lights or like crates or anything that's like got some height to it?
There's a lot of stuff. This is a ship, so a lot of stuff is
not in the ship, but like on the docks.
Well, the docks are a ship.
Well, okay.
So there's a lot of vertical spaces. The roof above the dock is just another tier to the city, and so there are a lot of vertical spaces. There are crates down on the ground below, people offloading ships. There are a lot of spaces for people to hide.
Okay. I am pissed for so many reasons. So I am going to go into a rage.
Okay.
And as a part of that, I can like move when I like rage. And then I'm gonna like try and get some height, like climb up, so I can see if there's anything that like I can like discern about like insignias or like finding a person, like, and anything that's identifying about these people at all.
Okay. Does a 19 hit you?
Oh, yeah, that 19 hits me.
Shit. Am I within 10 feet of her?
Oh, you know what? Actually, I will use a charge from my hand wraps, and I will cast shield.
You put your hands up in a defensive state, and you watch as this like, what color is the energy that you summon?
I think it fluctuates, but right now the entirety of like Ember's body is starting to glow a little bit, just because like she's a fire Genasi, and there's just like this kind of like internal flame like when she's like this mad, and so there's just this like violent orange-ish red color
your
that just like
go up, and this shimmer of raw heat erupts in front of you, and you watch. You hear the bullet, you hear the gunshot, and the bullet turns to slag through your shield and drops harmlessly beside you. Its trajectory fully blown off course. You look around in the chaos, in the smoke. You cannot see. You feel like the only person who would have a shot at discerning something. You feel like this shot came from very far away, and you get the sense the only person who might be able to get a clear idea of where these shots are coming from is the person with the sniper scope.
Yeah.
Are we on the ship at this point? Have we made it up on the ship at this point?
Onyx and Smoke are now on the ship.
Are
Ember
we all
is
up there
behind. 24 to hit, Ember.
Yeah, that hits me.
Get out of there, bro.
We wouldn't leave Ember behind. Like,
I mean, I don't know if you would see me. I would have disappeared into
16 points of piercing damage as a bullet through your shoulder.
Which is just piercing?
Piercing, yeah.
So halved. Cool, great.
Yes.
As we get to the ship, I would put Smoke in the nearest like chair or bench or something, like somewhere to sit, I'm assuming, with gut wound. I was like, are you okay? Can I go get her?
Please come back, okay?
I promise. And I'll turn around. I'm gonna sprint back towards where Ember was.
Okay.
Like fully ready to, like we've been hearing these shots. It's not quiet, right?
Yeah, no.
Like I know there's this. So can I like ready in action? So like the next shot that's taken, can I make a perception to see if I can see where it's coming from?
Roll a perception check.
Can I be helping him because I'm already out
Roll
there
a perception
looking?
check with advantage, and you can add your +5 from your scope.
Lovely. Okay, so that's a plus.
Onyx comes
10
in and
then.
out past me as I'm still gonna stay at the entrance. I'll cast Mage Armor when he goes by that I can touch him on the way out.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 27.
Okay. You search for a moment, looking to find the source of these gunshots. Your scope still picking up heat signals. You'd activated that earlier.
Yeah, I did.
As you look about, you see a flash of heat originate from far down the thoroughfare that leads up to this dock. Perched high above is a figure you initially dismissed on first passover, as their heat signature is all wrong. Organics give off a kind of full body heat, making their whole shape stand out in your scope. But an automaton gives off heat only from their core, from where the magic that powers them originates. Perched far off above the crowd, this sniper emanates heat from their core only. And you see the flash of their scope as they see you. And a gunshot rings out and a bullet whistles just past your head. And you watch as the figure leaps down and disappears from sight. You see Versal trying to control the crowd, and he looks back at you and goes, "Go! Go! What are you still doing? Go!"
They're gone.
As there is still smoke billowing through the crowd. The crowd is like still panicking. You get the sense that the sniper has had their fun with you, but you don't necessarily know if saying they are gone is accurate.
Gather your men. Get out of here. Where's Ember?
If this attack is on you, then your presence here is putting people
We will leave. Where's Ember?
You climbed up with Ember. Ember gave you the help action too.
Okay.
Yeah. I was pointing stuff out. Yeah. No, you're good. Yeah. Ember's not saying anything. She's just kind of like looking around and just like, okay, and just like moving. Just moving back towards the ship.
Smoke is alive. Let's go.
Move through the crowd. You hear in the distance a kind of, and you watch as a person flies out of the crowd, launched upwards, as almost like a wild beast has been launched within this crowd. People start getting pushed upwards. Versal just moves in to try and stop whatever this is. Onyx with one last glance, and Ember as well, though technically you haven't leveled up yet. You do have expertise in perception. You see a hulking figure clad in arcane armaments, like armor, similar to the bodysuits that are used for people who need to lift incredibly heavy objects.
Yeah.
This person is wearing what is essentially a power suit, and they are punching people in the chest, throwing them back. There's bedlam and chaos.
As we get back to the ship, can I fire one off before we leave?
Roll an attack.
Hell yeah, get it.
From the edge of the ship, can I see this happening? Like, how far away is that
Make a perception check. It's it's hard to make out.
15.
Right, so I'm gonna do
15 is not enough, sadly. You see the immediate things that are noticeable. Smoke, fucking covered in blood. Ember with a bullet hole in her shoulder. Onyx taking a shot into the crowd, but just the crowd is just a mass of people. You can see the people getting thrown up, but you can't quite make out the figure that's causing all of this mess.
Okay.
How far away are those people that are getting thrown up in the air? Roughly.
Like 100 feet from you.
21 to hit.
21 does not hit.
Oh, fuck.
As it clanks off their armor. And you get on the ship.
Go.
That's my bad. You're right.
Shren, you pull the gears in place, and the mirror kind of decouples from the dock a little badly, just because No one had really prepared for this. You hear the tearing of metal as the clamps are ripped free from the ship, and you spin aggressively, banking. Everyone needs to make a dexterity saving throw for me. The DC is not high, but
I'm sitting in a chair, very wounded. Do you want me to
I'll say you have advantage if you're like somewhere. If you're perched somewhere, you have advantage because you're not moving too much.
I'm sitting.
Yeah, is this an effect that I can see?
Yeah, I'd say danger sense. It's essentially the ship banking so aggressively that everything slides to one side.
Cool. Well, the second thing I rolled was lower, so
14.
That's gonna be an 18 for me.
Okay.
13.
Anyone below 10?
Oh, Berg.
Berg.
Berg,
No.
you are fixated on the crowd. You're kind of almost caught off guard as the ship banks really hard to turn and break away from the port. You hit the deck and slide. What was your score?
7.
Okay. You're sliding towards the railing.
Can I do something really cool?
Yeah, of course.
So I have an invisible mage hand. So can I just like throw it back behind me and try to catch her before she slides off the ship?
For sure. You hit the railing and almost tumble over, and you feel the back of your neck, the shirt gets scruffed as an invisible force wraps around you, the back of your shirt, and yoinks you backwards as the mirror rewrites itself flat and pulls away from the Endolu.
We gotta stop meeting like this.
I'm gonna take a moment and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself at second.
Of course.
How many soldiers are on board with us?
None.
None.
Okay.
We just have us and Vellix that I've never met.
Yeah, also, what the fuck
Where's
is
Daisy?
this weird strange man doing on
He's an old friend.
Daisy's not with
Daisy's not
us,
on
right?
the ship.
We, I'm assuming we see, is it Vellix or Vellix or?
Vellix.
Vellix, okay.
I call him Vellix. He hates it.
I do.
Is this a friend of yours, Shren?
I'm standing like ready to fucking hit something.
It's okay. Abby, it's okay. He doesn't seem bad.
I promise I have no weapons. I just needed a lift.
No weapons doesn't mean you're not dangerous.
Very astute. No, I assure you, I have no fight with you.
Lift
I
to
wish
where?
I could help, but I'm not gifted in the healing arts. And he kind of gestures over to your wounds.
What are you gifted
I
in
can
then?
manage myself.
And then you just hear in your head, I can do this. None of you, only you hear that in your head.
Lift to where?
Somewhere safe, away from this.
Is there anywhere safe anymore? Seems like everywhere we look, things are blowing up or getting shot or dying or blowing up.
Exactly. I was hoping to get a bit more information about that. I'm not from here, obviously. He kind of gestures to his face.
Obviously.
I'm from Drabroxus.
Oh. How far is Drabroxus from us?
It's the nation below, but it is separated by what's called the Hagatian Ocean. You know that the relationship between Viadethis and the Drabroxus Empire is a tense one.
There was like a people from Drabroxus in the meeting.
Yeah, the
just
ambassador
now, right?
Ashwing, and in
Yeah.
fact, Ember.
Mm.
I sent you a long list.
You did send me the
and
longest
among
list.
a long list of everyone, Faye over this week went, hey, can I get a list of everyone who was at the council meeting? And I was like, yeah, sure. Among those
Middle names,
was,
too.
That's
middle
a
names.
good
Yeah.
world builder.
among those was the ambassador Ashwing and her aides, amongst which you remember there being a emerald dragonborn that looks quite familiar.
Shren,
Yeah.
do you vouch for him?
Would it help if I did?
I mean, I think if you do, it's
I haven't
kind
shot
of
him yet.
on your
I
words, or-
I'm an aide to the ambassador, and my skill set is that of reconnaissance.
If you're an aide to the ambassador, why did you leave her side?
I deal in information, so I tend to go ahead of the group and gather information for the ambassador. I have many colorful contacts, such as your friend Shren here.
Oh, Shren. It's me.
So, do you know what we're supposed to be doing on this ship? Do you know exactly where we're going right now?
I do not.
Insight check. I don't trust this man.
You may roll a charisma-based skill, and you don't have to tell us which one it is.
And more than one of us can roll?
I will say 2 people can roll.
I'm bleeding from my gut right now. I'm not in the mood to insight anybody.
I'll roll.
Okay.
And Faye? Ember, of course, is very curious.
Yeah. It's not great. Where's my insight? 10?
Okay.
17.
As far as you can tell, he is being forthright.
Oof.
Look, he's good in a pinch, all right? And we seem to be in a pinch, so maybe we figure out where we're going.
Oh, we know exactly where we're going, don't we?
We're still going there?
Yeah. So,
very intentionally not saying where we're
what's
going.
your name, friend?
Vellix. Vellix Green.
He likes it when you call him Vellix.
Right. I'm Smoke. That's Onyx and Berg. You know Shren, and this is Ember. Okay? So, just don't be an asshole. And we're gonna be fine.
Of course. I'm not used to seeing Shren traveling with folks, so you must be good folk.
Yeah,
Do
he
you know about... Oh, go
tagged
ahead.
along with us. He tried to pretend to be a mechanic at some point, but I knew he was lying, so...
That sounds like the Shren I know.
Shren, you
Sorry,
pull
this
the
hat
ship.
hurts, but it's so good.
Yeah, put it on.
It's
Put it
such
on.
a good hat.
With the pan. Oh, wait.
This is Halloween, it's worth
Put it
it.
on, baby.
Fashion
Oh my
over
God,
function
it's so
always.
worth it. Yeah.
Shren, you turn the wheel, and with the sun setting at your back, you head east towards the Lasser home of Eastfall. And you can all take a long rest.
Yay!
That's so inclined.
I think I would probably stay up because I know Shren would need to sleep, so I'm gonna need to pilot the ship. I know Shren's a 10-hour kind of guy.
And my long rest session.
I know.
You also know that
I'm
you
sorry,
see...
you're like, I'll stay up and watch the ship while Shren goes to sleep after you just almost died? Is that like really what's happening right now?
Good call.
know that-
Good call.
You know that fidget does add a level of automation, especially if you're just flying in one direction. If you're like banking and turning and stuff, you need someone at the helm. But as far like similar to a plane, you can just kind of be like button, go.
Yeah, Smoke is just like, just
Okay,
hanging
you don't want
out.
to take a rest. Stick
Onyx
with it.
Well,
Oh no,
doesn't
I'm
need to
gonna
sleep,
take a.
so-
I'm
If
gonna
it's
take
that
a
simple,
rest.
fucking I can do it.
I'm assuming that we're gonna take like of a long
Yeah.
rest. We're gonna take watches. So I would take a watching the
Yep.
ship.
I'm not gonna let her take a watch by herself. I will be awake also.
Okay. Before you do go to bed, you bandage Smoke's wounds because they are quite grievous.
I would cast
though
cure wounds on my.
The
I would
magic,
like burn
the
the rest
magic
of my
has
spell slot.
started to close the wound, but you do see quite a vicious scar that has started to form. Red.
Smoke is going to take some sewing needles out of her toolkit.
Yep.
And A is going to kind of, as she's piloting the ship, she kind of just like puts her feet on the handles and is just, and she just starts sewing herself up.
Yep.
Do you
Make
would-
a Constitution saving throw to see how cool you do it.
Yeah.
Just like, are you just like fully just like
cool.
Yeah,
or are you
absolutely.
How cool are you right now?
Okay, so as a mechanic, you cannot tell me that I have not done something so fucking stupid.
No,
and
absolutely.
Cut myself so badly and had to sew myself.
100%. I'm on board.
I would
with
also
this.
say probably from the life that we have lived.
Yeah, the difference
this
is
a common occurrence.
So like the magical healing,
That's a 23. That's
okay,
a 23.
Great. Yeah. So you're quite stoic in your stitching. The magical healing healed your like internal wounds, which were very bad. Your stomach got quite blended, but yeah, the cut is from like about your hip to your navel. It's like,
I think as like Smoke would be stitching her wound closed, I think Onyx would like walk up and want like, can you teach me how to do that?
To stitch? Like to sew wounds?
Yes. I can't lose you. I need to know how to fix you.
Onyx, I can fix myself. I'm okay. I promise I'm okay.
You couldn't that time.
Ember.
Here, come sit.
Thank you.
With the adrenaline wearing off, and this isn't damage you're taking right now. You've taken this damage already. With the adrenaline wearing off, take 18 points of damage from the cut at your side, seemingly from the same knife that dropped Smoke. As you kind of like the heightened emotions and the adrenaline, it all wears off, and you feel the like burning pain at your side as the cut is deep, but like not enough to have done any like true damage. But it seems that you were also attacked in this.
My passive insight is 16. Do I notice that?
Oh, I'm definitely contesting that.
Yeah, make a. I'm gonna have this be a Constitution deception check. So make a deception check using your Constitution modifier.
Okay, sure.
Because this isn't you being like, I'm charming. This is you being like,
being like, I'm fine.
Just like how well you can hold it together.
Yeah,
just like,
can you normalize?
Show it on your
breathing?
face. Yeah. I fucking love changing skill like attribute stuff. It's like the best.
You know what's so funny is that it's actually the same roll for me because I have the same bonus to
it. As well. That's great.
That is a 17.
Yeah, so you beat it.
Beats the passive
insight. You beat my passive.
So you managed to kind of breathe through it as this wound, which is like, I think the worst part of it is like you realize you pull away and you realize that your shirt is like stuck and caught and like inside.
It's fine,
the
my
wound.
Shirt's red. Don't worry.
And the blood has started to dry in a way that like it's kind of like caught in the wound a little bit. And you know that if you don't clean that, you could find yourself in a bit of trouble.
Okay, I see that Onyx and
for Onyx.
Yeah, they're like doing their whole thing, right? Okay, I'll take a beat and I'll leave to find some private corner that I can like handle myself
staple
in.
gun.
Yeah, basically just be like, fucking do the exact same thing that Smoke is doing, except like tucked in a corner.
You hide yourself away and you manage to kind of clean out the wound, though it is pretty grim just because of like the nature of cloth and wounds. Cloth and wounds mix badly.
That like reopens as you fucking pull it out. You're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's rough.
As I'm sitting with Onyx, I would like Smoke is just basically like, you know, like a wound apart, and it's basically yeah, so you take the needle and you just kind of, and I'm not gonna let you do that because this is their first time, but you can just it's really easy. You can practice on like an orange or like fruit is a really good way to practice or like
yes, okay.
You can find any?
Some fruit. Okay, I'll do that. I'll practice. I'll practice.
You don't have to save me. You know that, right? I'm gonna be okay.
I know. But I can't be alone. I don't want to be.
You're never gonna be alone. I would take Onyx's hand, and that's probably the first time that I've ever done that. And just like hold it, and just like it's very it's not the most graceful. It's just like I take your hand and I hold it kind of out in front of us, and I'm just like, I told you I got you, okay? And you've been holding to organics for so long. You don't have to be my protector or beholden to me for anything.
This is not because I have to. This is because I want to. I've made this decision. If you'll let me, I'd like to keep you safe.
Okay. I mean, I kind of get into trouble a lot, so you're gonna I'm gonna make you work for it, I think. Not on purpose.
New directive. I die before you.
Okay. That's not you.
And Shren.
It's a little funny.
It is a little funny. And look, I meant what I said back there in the council meeting, okay?
Okay.
It's my job to look after the Warforged. And I've been looking after you for a long time. I guess it's fair that I let you repay the favor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I guess Onyx would position his hand to be holding your hand back. I think until then it's just sort of been like, is he keeping it there? Slightly confused.
They hold hands. That's so sweet. Wow. Yeah, they just hold hands. And after a couple minutes, Smoke just kind of like puts Onyx's hand just like as a steadying, comforting thing, like on her knee, and continues sewing herself up. And we continue like that until the rest period would be done and somebody else takes a watch.
Okay. Amazing. So you kind of make it through the night. Nothing too crazy happens.
Can I press the long rest button now?
You can all press the long rest button now.
Fuck yeah. So good.
Would Onyx have told Ember about the fact that it was an automaton shooting?
I mean, I think eventually, but up to this point, I would think
not immediately.
No,
team meeting in the morning.
Yeah, I think like once there's a team,
yeah,
I wouldn't. I think Onyx was a bit in shock. I think at that fact, and
For
so
sure.
I don't think that would have like been the first thing to do.
At my office, I have meeting maracas, so Bird probably does something similar, where she has something that, you know, she goes around with prestidigitation and makes a bunch of noise. That she's like, you know, 8 a.m. It's time for a meeting. Everybody.
Vellix,
I want to have.
Vellix, you're like, why the fuck did I stow away on this shit?
And I want to have
I'm
a meeting.
absolutely at the team meeting. I absolutely come to the team meeting.
If those crates are on board, the crates that have the
personal runes are on board. Yes.
Yeah. So the meeting is at the crates, like in that hold area or something.
They never made it to the hold. One dude got shot. They dropped the crates aboard like the deck, and the other dude just pulled him off. So the crates are small.
Just protected rooms.
Oh.
Against the chaos.
Oh, we lost you for a sec.
Oh. Let me know.
It's still happening.
Oh no.
He doesn't have runes, guys.
No, it's fine. I just got told my internet connection was unstable.
Now you're back. Yeah, you're back.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
The personal rune stones for protecting against the chaos. So like you have the rune that protects the Endolu so that people aren't turning into elementals there.
Right.
You have runes protect the Chimera so that you don't turn into elementals on the Chimera. But this mission involves you leaving the Chimera, so you
Did they give us like extra
stones.
ones of these?
Yeah. You also know I think Smoke would probably know this. Like looking at these runes, Smoke, Burgundy, and Ember, looking at these runes also have a one-time use Featherfall built in. They are like basically they've retrofitted the Featherfall tokens to also protect against the like elemental chaos. But Man Overboard, like it's a problem that like could lead to true disaster on a skyship. So they have redundancies in place. Some ships don't. And people die.
Smoke would basically be like, yeah, so these tokens, this is what they look like they do. And at the morning meeting. Also, mechanically speaking, we've all leveled up to level 8.
Level 8 now.
So I know that level 8, we often get a lot of fun things.
If anyone has some stuff that they want to talk about, feel free to talk about that here.
Yeah, sure do.
Let's start with them.
I took the lucky feat. Do you know why?
Yeah.
Making it out of that alive was fucking lucky.
Lucky to be alive.
I am lucky to be alive. So yes, I took the lucky feat. I thought about taking the ASI, but I was like, no, lucky. I have never ever had a character that's taken lucky, so I'm taking lucky with this character.
Lucky's
good. First time.
Smart.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, Tim, but I feel like, we'll find out what your character does.
Yeah, we'll find out.
You haven't earned your stripes yet.
I took
Tim,
the alert feat.
Oh,
I took the alert feat.
Bam. Did you take any feats or did you take an ASI?
No, so I ended up, because I'm multi-class, I went up another rogue rather than evening it out 4 and 4.
So you're 5 and 3?
So I have uncanny dodge now.
Ooh,
so
love
good.
that. Wow. Roz, did Burgundy take anything exciting?
Oh, heckin' yeah, you betcha she did. She took Artificer Initiate.
Ooh.
Because she has been watching Smoke and now Shren and loves to learn. So she has attempted to pack away her own little set of tinker tools.
Amazing.
Like Odie someday.
I was going to say Odie's
Sweet baby.
bumps into your head.
Along with Spare the Dying cantrip.
Amazing.
So
that's a good one. And I'll say the Spare the Dying cantrip, that is a range thing, right?
No, that's only ranged for Death Clerics.
Spare the Dying is touch?
Yeah,
it's the touch.
Great. To flavor that, if
okay.
you're okay with this, Roz, to flavor that because you took Artificer Initiate and got Spare the Dying from that, basically you've tinkered together a little like defib set where you can just kind of be like, and like,
Odie can defib? That's
Odie
so
can,
amazing.
Odie can, well, because, Odie's a familiar, so you can, Odie can defib as well. But yeah, you have a little defib kit that you can like stabilize people with. Faye, did you take anything exciting?
So I let trauma fuel all of my decisions, and
Excellent.
which is so sad because originally I was gonna take Tavern Brawler because I was like, oh, grappling is fun and we're having a good time.
And then we got sniped.
And then her younger sister was murdered. So I
not dead yet.
That's true.
Mostly dead.
So I took Skill Expert as my feat. And I also, she did quite a bit of lying last session, and she didn't have deception or proficiency, so I took that also. And then
nice.
I have expertise in perception, so.
Very cool. And last but not least, Cody, did you take anything exciting?
So, Roz, one of us is going to have to change. I also took Artificer Initiate and Spare the Dying and Cure Wounds.
Oh,
amazing. So I think what you did is you've inbuilt into your own like body a defib set. So you have like essentially like
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was trying to think
like a little like
yeah.
I
prongs and electricity.
Listen,
story-based feat taking is amazing. I love that, you know, the party has adjusted to this world they live in.
Because I was going to take
And
more
now
shooty stuff, but I was like, I don't want people to die.
Yeah, this is good. I love it.
I can't be the only one with healing.
Yeah. Amazing. I love that. That's fantastic. So, Tim, not really. They're rare. The ones that...
I asked him a question and
this session is gonna be now. It's just like all of us talking.
I just wanted to know.
You have to find your
Tim. No, Tim is playing his character so well that he can communicate with my mind.
It doesn't matter. I just didn't want to take away from the moment, but I asked if they have automatons in Drabroxis because I wasn't sure.
The automatons that you've met as well were exactly that, automatons. The fact that Onyx has like a personality is quite odd to you.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, I think this is weird for my character.
In fairness, you like technically were at the council meeting.
With
and you saw King Embrus's declaration of the formation of House Warforged, which Onyx is the speaker for. So you know
less
that
weird, but still weird.
Yeah, it's
but now I'm like up close and I can actually see.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
It's more like,
whoa. Yeah, 100%. Amazing. So, another long rest's passed. Oh, do you want? Yeah, take your team meeting.
Team meeting.
Don't take away from our team meeting.
Team meeting. It's not going to change.
I set up the whiteboard, Adam.
The team meeting's not going to change anything. You're all. I'm coming for you. Like.
All right.
The ship starts to fall out of the sky.
Yeah, exactly.
She does age fine.
We'll keep it fast.
That's normal.
As we would like, Smoke would take the immediately seeing that there's things that look like tinkery and like tool based. Smoke would be like, yeah, okay, so these are the rune stones. They have Featherfall built in. I also have Featherfall a lot, so we're gonna make sure that it's okay for you. Don't just keep your runestone on your person. We don't want you turning into elemental, whatever you're gonna do. So just keep them on your person, okay? And she would just go and tuck one into each person's pocket. Just has no concept of other people's personal space. Just would go and start tucking runestones into people's pockets, and be like, "Yeah, okay, that's good."
I would
right?
definitely grab it before you touch me and put my own.
I would. Oh, sorry. I just assumed in a pocket that's not gonna fall out, right? Here you go, Berg. Thanks. Yeah, good. And I would go over to Ember and I would just shove it in her pocket. And Vellix, I would go up to Vellix and be like, what pocket do you want this in?
You would just lean over and put his pocket out.
Yeah, that's good. That's a nice pocket.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I like your
goggles.
Thanks. I like your belt.
Thank you.
It's very shiny. Can I look at it?
I mean, it's sort of keeping my pants up, but
I don't want to take it. Is it a ruby? Is it a ruby?
I know it was that kind of morning meeting. Hello.
I'm just gonna.
It's an Ingen stone.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. I like to tinker with things and fix things. So if you have anything that's broken, I'll fix it for you. Okay?
Thank you.
When
it keeps
Smoke
me
turns
warm.
around from this, I'm staring at her.
What, Berg? What?
Let's talk about who knows who tried to kill you yesterday, Smoke.
Okay.
You was a fun little fact for world building, because I like what Tim's done here. I'm going to yes and it because Drabroxis is majoritively a desert empire. So you get the sense that this stone, which is essentially there to keep his core temperature at a good level for a Dragonborn,
nice.
Which are reptilian based.
Oh, I love that.
That's cool.
Would I be able to put that together?
Yeah, you put this together. This far north, the
heat stone?
Dragonborn often have to wear specific Dragonborn. Reds are fine, whites are fine, but it would be gold and silver because you don't see many chromatics.
As Berg is getting sassy with me, I just lean over my shoulder back to Vellix and go, that's really both very pretty and functional. I really respect that for you.
Our entire group of artificers, we're all like,
yeah.
oh yeah, no, see,
Yeah,
I know,
I want like a ship with all these fucking
craftsmanship.
tech boys.
Also, it occurs to you, Smoke, in the kind of hustle and bustle of getting stabbed, it didn't kind of immediately clock it, but Vellix is a gem dragonborn, which you've never seen. Like, you've only heard about, and they are like exceedingly rare. Like, kind of like 1 in 100,000 rare.
Cool. Smoke with absolutely no tact at all also says, your scales are very beautiful. I just want to say that.
So much.
You're so welcome. And to Berg, to your question, yes, I did get stabbed yesterday. That was a very unfortunate happening, and I don't know who did it, and they're gonna pay for it. And who was shooting at everybody? What was happening?
Onyx, what did you see yesterday?
Well, shit.
It's okay.
It was one of my kind.
Oh.
I can see heat through my scope, and they didn't have a heat signature. Not like
Who else
organics.
saw that, Onyx? Who else knows?
No one. They're far away. I only know because I saw the heat from their core. That's
Adam, I have a question for you.
Please, I might have an answer.
Do you have to be of any level of authority to give automatons directives?
You know that automatons are specifically magically enchanted to not do harm to organics.
Okay.
With Onyx's development, it's hard to say if that is still the case for Onyx, but a run-of-the-mill, like off the factory floor automaton, even when ordered to, cannot shoot an organic.
Prime directive, exactly. With like the exception of like beast, like organic being a term to describe,
or like humanoids.
Humanoids, yeah, because like the sentry's whole job is to shoot pitchwings. They're all technically organic, but yeah, humanoid creatures are essentially magically protected for this exact reason. Though again, with the development of personality, who can say?
I will
It's
find
like we're
who
catching
gave the
you up,
order.
Vellix.
And if they were like me, then I will disassemble them bolt by bolt.
Well, if they're shooting people, Onyx, they're not like you. They're different.
Wait. Who was that guy in the meeting yesterday?
The
one that the whole to-do that happened with the three of you?
Yeah, the arm, the guy with the arm, was it the first architect? Right?
First engineer.
First engineer.
Meerschwan? Yeah, an
who had such a stick shoved all the way up of his butt into his arm? Yeah, that guy?
We shouldn't make any assumptions just yet, though. We should just collect information.
No, of course
and
not.
Analyze it later.
If there's anyone who has motivation to and the know-how to alter the magic and technological aspects of the automatons.
And they're the only ones in that room who know we're here.
Who know that we're here, who were obviously put off by everything that happened yesterday, and
also,
obviously had some kind of score to settle.
I will say that the king dressed him down after the conversation because he made a bad choice and maybe he felt the need for retribution. I don't know. Some people can get really...
Well, especially if he's trying to get the automatons thrown off the ship.
Shit.
But any other player who feels the same way but wasn't vocal...
If it gets
is
out...
also a suspect.
Then if it gets out that an automaton tried to murder someone, there'll be an uprising.
We're not going to let that happen.
Didn't try. Like a bunch of people are dead.
Rip.
Fuck off.
Jesus.
You should be sad.
Said F in the chat.
Now, the other thing to consider is that
it's a team.
Almost everyone could know that we were leaving because we left a note with a messenger to travel back to the prince rather than doing it ourselves.
But who would care?
Make an insight check for me.
Sure. Why? Tell
Do
me
it,
why.
and I'll tell you why.
Tell me why, Adam. Stop.
I roll better when I know why.
Nope.
Okay. So, that's
I
true.
roll better when I know why.
No. I like
17.
roll better when I don't know why.
17.
Okay. You play back. You have very good memory. It's a mechanical memory. And you play back the events of the day. And you kind of...
Enhance.
You're good at... Enhance.
We're all talking, and in the middle of this, like Onyx just starts like humming, and we just like hear these gears.
You see,
we're like, what
you
the
see
fuck?
my eyes like flash a lot, like a like a projector.
Humming the
You start making
CSI.
dial-up sounds.
Yeah.
Vellix is fascinated by this.
Yeah.
Onyx, you're also very good at mapping out a situation and placing yourself in different spots in that situation. So you kind of think about the layout. You kind of freeze frame where everyone's standing, frame by frame you go through, but sitting where the gunner was. The first shot rings out. Versal blocks it. Versal is standing in front of Ember, blocking shots. The next two shots go into the crowd. You pick up Smoke, move them away, and Ember gets lost behind the smoke. The next two shots into the crowd. Ember climbs up, 2 shots straight at Ember. That was the shot pattern. The only time, and 1 shot prior to Ember climbing up, aimed at the soldier who you kind of, again, really good at this like kind of spatial imagination. You see just a shoulder poke up above the smoke. It was someone getting aboard the mirror. Hard to tell who. So you took a shot if you were in this person's feet. So 1 shot at Ember, blocked by Versal. The shot's blocked, 2 shots into the crowd. See a shoulder, shoot someone boarding the mirror. Shots blocked again by the smoke, 2 shots into the crowd. You see Ember, 2 shots at Ember. And then 1 shot at you, Onyx, and gone.
So like very clearly gunning for us.
It would seem that way.
Shit. And
Spicy.
okay. So if where I am people are not necessarily my thing. Machines are my thing. And when something goes wrong in a machine, there's no such thing as a coincidence. There's always a cause. Everything has a cause. And if I'm getting gutted at the same time as someone is taking shots through the crowd, and Smoke like lifts up, I'm like pulls back the fabric of Air's
Pretty
shirt.
vicious scar.
That's a clean cut. That was a knife meant to absolutely kill me. And that was put in there with a lot of precision, okay? So that is not a coincidence that both someone was coming for me and coming for the rest of us at the same time. I refuse to believe that those are separate incidences.
Who amongst you would know your way around an assassin's blade the best?
Not me.
I feel like probably me, or like I don't know what Shren gets up to.
Oh, buddy.
But I would definitely say that is something that Ember is very familiar with.
It
is a clean cut.
It's the 2 sides, right?
Make. Yeah, I agree. Make
the precision soldier, and then we have a, I assume back alley stabber.
Make an investigation check for me. Ember.
It's like me.
Just watching
and also
Tim roll.
one other person.
Mm-hmm. I wonder.
I've played this character far too like I wonder what's
Distracted
going
by
on.
the beautiful clouds, you see nothing. All right, Ember.
I'm still so focused on Onyx, like
Yeah. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh shit. An investigation check? Damn it. I rolled a 19, so 18.
Okay. 18 is good enough. You look at the wound, and it is a clean cut. But a pro wouldn't aim for the stomach. Stomach wounds take forever to kill a person. Pro would aim for the heart. Right about the level of where your cut is. Almost jagged down your side, pointing to where the gut wound on Smoke is. You get the sense that somehow the knife skidded off you and into Smoke.
Okay.
You share that?
That is what you can discern from this.
No shot Ember shares this. Sorry to call the shot.
No, it's fine. No. It's a good, it's fair. It's tough, but it's fair. No, you know what? I think that Ember is going to sit down and let out a very long sigh.
And is it Sparkplug?
So, I don't think that knife was meant for you, Smoke.
Oh.
I think it was meant for me. And she's gonna pull up her shirt. Like, I'm sure there's some little cut. It's actually probably doesn't look great because she definitely didn't get any healing and stitched it herself. So,
yeah. Like freshly stitched wound.
Yeah, that shit does not
bounced off your ribs.
You know my stitch work is better than yours.
That's besides the point. That shot at your stomach is not someone who knows what they're doing wouldn't go for that. They would aim here. And they bumped into me real hard.
So they just tried to hit you and missed and then got me instead?
I think so. I mean, I was under quite a bit of gunfire when I popped out of the crowd.
Vellix, I know you were kind of holed up in the ship, but have you heard anything about people after, like, you were at the council meeting? Was there any unrest that you heard afterwards?
Or anything you could share with us from your people?
What would I have any more?
Did you do a scan of the room? I'm assuming you did.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
I have a paragraph I can send you if you'd like.
You weren't scanning the room for negative sentiment towards these people.
Mm-hmm.
So any of that, roll me a retroactive insight check, but with disadvantage, because like any of that information you probably would have just filtered through because you were like, is anyone here to assassinate the ambassador? Like that was your
9.
Yeah, so you kind of filtered out anything that was non-ambassador related, so you don't really recall any.
I'm afraid I was more or less concentrated on the ambassador's safety at the time, so I'm not sure.
Do have to, however, speak with Tim alone. So if you could all remove your headphones.
It's Halloween, Adam.
It's Halloween.
It is so spooky.
On this our holiest of days.
The holiest of D&Days.
Tim. No. Vellix. Would Vellix have been involved in assassinations, or you were just the information gathering?
I think tangentially, like, would have basically been like, this is the spot, this is the this is the mark, or like been the person to be like, I'm going to get that person to where you need them to be.
So
to kill them.
If Ember was the target, the assassin missed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's weird. If Smoke was the target, Ember's right. Stabbing the stomach is not optimal unless you've underestimated them. If you think that they are weaker than they are, a gut wound like the one that Smoke took, could kill someone pretty quickly, especially if it goes deep enough to hit the spine.
Yeah.
And you get the sense that this cut was deep.
Yeah.
So it strikes you as odd either way. Whoever the target was, it was an odd play. So you get this sense of like you're thinking about this from the perspective of like how you would like instruct someone to do this, and you can't figure it out. You can't put your finger on who the target would be. It's kind of a split hair at this point.
Right.
Okay. Do you have any questions or?
Would I get the sense that like no, because I didn't. My insight wasn't high enough on the meeting.
No. Yeah.
I was gonna be like, so yeah, no, I would be like, yeah. Now I would be thinking about all of that whole meeting. I think I would be like replaying as well as I can remember.
Do you have keen mind?
No, I thought about taking it, but I took actor instead.
Yeah, you kind of rack your brain, but that was a meeting where like almost for the first time, like the world had literally just ended, and then you were in this like high pressure meeting. You were thinking only about like negative sentiment towards the ambassador, negative sentiment towards Debroxus. You filtered everything else out.
Okay.
Right. I loved the little dance party.
It's very funny hearing half of a conversation and having absolutely no idea what's going on.
The little dance party was amazing.
Right over there.
All right. You can continue your morning meeting. I just needed to ask Tim. I just needed to talk to Tim. We're purely because we're just such good friends.
Yeah, for sure. I believe
a little sidebar.
Just best buds.
Just a sidebar. Yeah.
What better time to be honest than the end of the world? I think I know exactly who and why this happened.
Who?
Why?
Why?
And
And
yes.
And how?
A long time ago, I found myself in the bad graces of the Lucarian Syndicate. For those uninitiated, that is one of the larger crime families in Diametros. Going into the military kept me relatively protected, though there's been a target on my back for quite some time. And I would imagine that in the chaos of everything that's been going on, they saw an opportunity.
Why didn't you tell me about this?
They didn't need to know.
Could have helped protect you.
No, you couldn't. And that's okay.
well, if it's the Syndicate, it ain't gonna be a one-time thing. They're gunning for you.
Yeah, Shren, you know the Lucarian Syndicate, real mafia vibes. It's a family. It is they're based almost purely out of Diametros.
Family. They run things real fast, real furious.
Yeah, their leader is Vin Diesel.
Run things real and
Vinius Dieselis.
Vinius House Diesel.
Diesel.
Exactly. No, so you know that it's run by Mama Tira. You've dealt with them a few times, Shren. They tend to deal in like contraband, racketing, and weapons dealing. So they will often be smuggling stuff. Actually, Vellix, you've probably also heard of them because they deal arms. The reason why the Debroxus Empire has like guns and like airship technology is probably the Lucarians had a big part in like smuggling that information for money.
Yeesh.
You know that they do not like being called the Lucarian Syndicate. They like to be referred to as the Lucarian family. But yeah, there's some pretty heavy players, but mainly in Viadethis. They're based there because of the Goldbrain Skyport. The Goldbrain Skyport is one of the leading like R&D sites. It's like that and White Steeple are the two places where like the most technological advancements are made. You know that the Lucarian family's primary rival live in White Steeple. So the weapons information trade is based in 2 cities. So you get one half of the like weapons trade families, the Lucarians who live within Viadethus and are pretty ruthless.
How quirky of me.
You know that the term the Diametrian necktie comes from the Lucarian family.
Oh no.
Eesh.
You never want to cross a Lucarian.
What happened, Andy?
That is so much of a story.
How big is your debt?
Oh, it's not a debt. It's got nothing to do with that. I pissed off the wrong people. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Put down some people. I don't know if they got back up.
So our job now is just to keep you safe.
Well, I'm a captain in the Steam Guard now, so.
Smoke. Roll a history check for me.
I think I'm proficient in those. Maybe. Nope, but I'm still really smart. Am smart. Okay. That is going to be a 19.
Okay. I'm tossing up whether or not to do headphone removal here. You
can do it if you want to.
I will leave it in your hands, Smoke.
Oh.
This is something from your past. I can discuss it in front of the players, or we can discuss it privately.
I know what it is. I'm almost certain.
Yes,
you can hear it. Everyone can hear it. That's fine. That's fine.
Smoke, you know the name of the Lucarians. You had a run-in.
Sure do.
Do I need to go on?
You can tell the folks at home what happened.
Yeah. So Smoke was hired, maybe is the best word, to retrofit one of the sons of Mamatira to retrofit his kestrel for illegal kestrel racing. Something went wrong. The son was very badly hurt. One of those like maybe doesn't ever fully recover from that injury kind of hurt. And Smoke, you get the sense that like maybe like word got out that you had tinkered with the kestrel,
right,
and that you like swear up and down that what happened had nothing to do with what you did, but it's like putting a nitrous tank in a car and that car crashing. The people who were like
the wrong type of fuel. That's not my fault.
The people who are friends with the person with the car are probably going to blame the person putting the nitrous tank in the car.
Too fast, too furious.
He was too fast, and he just got way too furious.
Gave him limitations,
and you shouldn't be angry when you drive.
How furious? You know, I gave him limitations on how fast and how furious he was supposed to drive.
Yeah. So you know the name Lucarian quite well.
Is this got to do with Is this got to do with that kestrel race? Don't lie to me.
That's a part of it.
So cagey.
She doesn't listen. She has
I love
issues.
It. It's great.
There's so many people around.
So again, you just see another instance where I've just fucked something up, and that's fine. But
you were a child.
You know what?
You were barely 15 years old.
Yeah, and I'm still the best. I was still the best mechanic around.
Can't keep saying that.
But it's true.
So humble.
Okay. You know, there's no point in being humble just because it makes other people feel better.
Damn.
Honestly,
that's pretty. That's good. That's fire.
So, Berg, I'm sorry that we've hijacked the meeting to talk about Ember and I's quite sordid history after we left the place that we were before we got into the military. But
I would say it's situationally appropriate.
Seems pretty pertinent.
Yeah. So
I think left to escape doesn't quite describe it correctly.
Yeah. But if we stay on the boat now and we keep doing these missions, we'll figure.
What happens if we all these people that we're supposed to go try and find, and we come back to the port and there's still people who are looking to snipe at us?
It won't matter. Anyone they send will send back cold. Sorry, Vellix.
No, I don't mind.
I'm trying out this humor thing. It's you're cold-blooded.
You're doing a really good
job.
It's
coming along.
You're doing a good job.
I can maybe be of assistance in that area. Whoever is hunting all of you likely doesn't know me. I'm happy to scout ahead if need be.
Are you saying you want to join our team, Vellix?
We did just get a fancy new name.
We have a name.
I've just met you all, but if you'll have me, absolutely.
Vellix,
Very
my
many
friend.
students left.
Welcome to Shredded Friends. We had a vote, and they all.
It's a great name.
Ember just kind of smacks him like on like the back of the shoulder.
No, you're right.
We're called the Silver Linings, okay?
I like Shren and Friends. That's good. That's got a
Yeah,
nice
okay,
ring.
fine. It can be a
That's 2 for Shred and Friends.
sub name. That's fine.
Kidding.
You see
Linings.
Fidget go.
That's 3. That's 3, and he counts.
Smoke's turret just raises, like rather than pointing forward, just raises.
My invisible hand raises, but you don't see it.
About an hour later, you've tallied like 30 votes to like 54, and it's you're really
I cast
unsure.
Mage Hand as well.
Yeah, it's like
tie.
you're unsure which side is. Yeah.
We're like, I lost count. I gotta start over. Okay,
Yeah,
one.
let's start again.
Meanwhile, Berg is like a little like vein on the neck. Is like, just like
Silver Linings. /
Yes, you're right.
Shren
Friend
and Friends.
and friends.
Whatever the fuck we call ourselves.
Friend and
Friends
Friends
for
could be our
short.
band name.
Thank you. Not Sentry. Onyx. We have a mission from the prince. It's a very important task. We also, the king. We also have this problem with some assassins.
Whatever. It's my problem. I'll deal with it when we get
It's
back.
not just your problem. It's all of our problem.
It is
now,
our
okay?
problem.
You see
If
this?
I
It's my
peel off
problem
from
now.
all of you, then it
Both
wouldn't
of you
be
shut
your
the fuck up
problem
for a
at all.
second.
I also have
Sorry,
something
Bird.
to say.
Are we also trying to solve the problem? And this is up to the group. Why the world fucking ended? Are we also curious? Are we chasing that?
I mean, I feel like that has something to do with the Iron Will, does it not?
They're dead.
Well, that's probably the answer then.
And that's
I mean,
probably
but-
how we end up if we go down that line of questioning.
But we were sent to find this item that was supposed to help them, and obviously,
Do you have it?
No, it burned up.
Are you sure the Iron Will is dead?
That's what we heard the second they got back to the Skyport. That they died. Do you know otherwise?
No, this was news to me.
Do we know what the Iron Will was fighting, Adam?
the Iron Will was fighting for justice and fighting against the end of the world.
Such
you
as
know
the
that
Iron Way.
The
The
American
Iron Will
way.
has like the American way.
Oh, sorry.
The Iron Will has saved the world like I think I said it 3 or 4 times beforehand.
Yeah.
Like this is just what they do. They're like world's heroes. The bad things happen, they stop it. There wasn't any specific like villain that was like their arch nemesis. Most people who
They were
like,
in an arc
This
right
wasn't
now
a
that we all knew
superhero
about.
comic, yeah.
no, and like the big BBEGs that they face often got put in the ground. Like the Iron Will was fucking good at what they did
Until they weren't.
until they weren't.
They total
Not as
party
good as
kissed.
Blackwater, I'll say that right now.
I guess it's
Yeah.
more like Iron Wall.
Blackwater got the job done.
Oh.
Hey, Blackwater got the job done.
This is what Wolfrine would look like if Blackwater had just fucking absolutely
eaten it.
If we just absolutely goofed it and we fucked it up.
Dice rolls.
Bad dice rolls. Okay, so we know that the Iron Will failed, and that we heard that they died, and the item that we were sent to retrieve, we saw it in someone's hand, and then it burned up. And then we made our way back to the Skyport, and then the whole world fucking ended. So,
What was the item?
I'm gonna burn all the charges in my tome to cast Legend Lore.
Oh,
my memory of that item.
Hell yeah.
Do you need the item in front of you?
Well, unfortunately for you, the way you've described it to me in my special item list is that I can use the 3 charges of the tome to cast the spell Legend Lore. And the way it's described as a spell, that I can name or describe a person, place, or object.
Yeah.
Did Roz just actually you?
Nope.
Because
sorry! I'm so sorry!
Name me the object then.
The object of my memory that is created when Onyx plays back his memory.
I want you to roll. No, I like this.
Are you
I will
cool
say,
DM, Adam?
Well,
Are you,
I am.
Adam, we've
cool
established in our chat you are a very cool
did.
DM.
Very cool.
Very cool
Is that
DM.
you're a cool
Very
DM?
so
I am
handsome.
I'm a fair
Yes.
DM. I'm gonna roll a d20.
You're also very handsome.
So
Wow,
good
just
looking.
the most attractive
And the
DM
best,
I think I've ever seen.
I don't know if it's the headphones, but you just look
Yeah.
dashing.
Look at that beard.
Ah,
So good.
fuck,
You
you're
gave
cool,
us all
dude.
these super cool.
Oh, fuck, you're sick.
You
With
cast
the
this
Christmas lights in the
spell.
background.
You get a little nosebleed, and you take 2 points of psychic damage.
I deserve
As
it.
you essentially navigate past the requirement of knowing what the name of this thing is, because you learn the name as your brain kind of shrivels a little bit and blood leaks from your nose. You learn the name, the Tetradic Armiger. Because you didn't know the name casting the spell, it's fuzzy. It's like almost like you're getting a file that has been heavily redacted. And there's almost a sense of like, it's not just because you didn't know the name, it's almost like there is another force at play stopping you from gaining the usual breadth of knowledge you would. But you get flashes, senses, vague ideas, concepts, key, or a lock, or both. You get a sense of binding, keeping at bay, keeping separate. You also reach into the moment where you untethered it, reduced its magic to nothing. You remember that to cast Dispel Magic, the DC is 10 plus the spell level, and you hit the DC on the money, 20. It was a 10th level spell that created this item, something that has never been seen since and will never be seen again. This was magic at its most primal state. This was magic before the planes were separate. This was magic at its rawest form. And you get a sense that the magic in the Tetradic Armiger is a big part of why the planes were no longer one. And it was tied to another object that you, again, can't quite see past the fog and the static. But that object was very likely, you're a smart person, kind of put this together, very likely where the Iron Will went. Something went wrong. The item that they went to broke, which in turn broke the Tetradic Armiger, causing it to rip free. And these images start coming more clearly. You have seen the aftermaths. You watch as aboard the Sparrowhawk, a lash of energy out of nowhere, flame rips through the hull. You watch as the ship crashes. You watch as the halfling staggers away, as their companion, the dwarf, turns to stone, and you watch yourself come into the clearing and see the tetratic armature and tear it asunder. And that's... you come free from the spell. Again, a dribble of blood out of your eye and nose and ear, as this information should not have been thought, and you have forced it into your mind.
I reach out with a hand as if to cast Cure Wounds.
And I have...
I'm sweaty. Legend lore is
that Onyx
the bane of all DM's existence.
Yes.
You're like, tell me our plot, please. Thank you.
You look the item up in your notes.
Story.
Just
Show
Who
me
is the
end.
BBEG?
So as much of it as I can share with everybody, I've done.
Yeah.
We can just do our mission. We can think about more. Do you want to vote again?
On what we do now?
Who are the silver linings?
You say the word vote, and you watch as Fidget goes,
That's one for Shren and friends.
and just starts doing a repeating pattern of putting hands up and down.
What are we voting on? Whether we're gonna go try and save the world? Is that
I,
what
for
we're
one, am
voting
not interested in all of the rest of the world's problems.
Burgundy,
I've got
make an
plenty of
insight
my
check
own.
for me. With advantage.
And whoever's paying us most is probably my vote. That king looked pretty rich.
I'd rather not
rolled
get
a
shot
1
at
and a
without shooting
2.
back.
No!
Oh no!
Okay.
Devastating.
Adam's like, I wanted to give you this information.
please
and
let
you
me
now
triple
rolled
advantage.
like
That's
shit.
brilliant.
Maybe
Can I help?
someone
I'm
else
proficient in
here's
insight.
rolling
I'm proficient in insight. Can I help?
Yeah, you can make your own insight check.
Oh, yeah.
Because
buddy.
Berg already rolled with advantage.
Okay. I rolled a 12 plus 6. That's an 18.
Okay. When you're on a ship out in the water, regular ship, if there's a hole in the hull, patching the hole is a great course of action. If the hull suddenly turns from wood to water, the best you can do is tread water and hope to find some modicum of safety. You get the sense that the tetratic armature is like the hull of a ship. And it is water now. There is no stopping the end of the world. The world has already ended.
Right.
That was the job of the Iron Will, and they failed.
Iron won't.
God damn it.
Little quip there.
That's gonna be some like street
Well
graffiti
done.
as people
Yeah.
get upset
Well done,
about the
Maybe
state of the
Shren,
world.
like,
They're like,
Iron
fuck these
won't,
guys. Yeah.
So we
Iron
go.
shills.
So
See
we,
you later, Shren and friends.
so we go and we find the potential family of the king, and then we return back to the Andolu. And then what?
We continue on with our lives. Try and figure out what the world's going to be going forward. It doesn't always have to be, oh, now we're going on to our next task, our next goal.
Well,
Our
I'd
next
like
goal
to
can
have-
just be survive.
Okay.
Berg. It's all well and good to say that the hull has turned to water, but something made that happen. Who's to say it can't happen again? The piece of driftwood that you're clinging to in the storm, that's your lifeline.
I don't think they're ready, and so I will.
Okay. You have this little thought in your head and you keep it to yourself.
I'm not going full Charlie Day on them. I'm just gonna step back.
Pepe Sylvia. First of all, Charlie, all of these people exist, and they've been asking for the mail for weeks.
For weeks.
So I will see that I don't think what I'm selling is gonna work. So
Go.
I hear the word family, and so I will pick up on that part, and I will continue with. That's our mission. Yes. Let's bring back his family.
Upon uttering the sacred word, all of your hair, everyone's hair falls out.
We all
And you all chant family, 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 family.
Technically, by everything that's written down, I'm your assistant, so I have to follow you wherever you go.
What's that, Eastfall?
Eastfall. We're on our way to Eastfall right now.
Okay.
I should probably go check because the cat's been driving for like this whole time. Oh shoot, he's not even driving. I just run into the front.
Yeah, you. So a day will pass. You know that you have a full day, night, and then about a half day after that before you reach Eastfall proper. How would you like to spend that time? Let's start with Onyx.
How would Onyx fill a day? I think a lot's happened. This is the first time we've gotten to rest. Onyx was basically made the speaker of all Warforged, and that's something that's interesting. Quite heavy. And a Warforged tried to murder everyone he cares about. Successfully murdered people, but who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Didn't murder. I don't think Onyx finds all life precious.
Morals have evolved.
Yeah. I think there's a list of people Onyx cares about, and then that's probably it.
Yeah.
I think with this new buddings of being an artificer, I think would just spend a lot of time when permitted watching Smoke tinker and just do our thing. And so it'd be like, yeah, just sort of like a learning over the course of a day, because it's still fairly new.
Smoke would I think if Onyx was like hanging on the periphery of when Smoke was just kind of like tinkering with air cannon or something on her person. You know what I should teach you?
Hmm?
I should teach you how to fix yourself.
Oh no, D&D therapy.
Where did this couch come from?
You can take the therapist out of the D&D player, but I mean, because there's a lot of Warforged, and
yes,
you know, I can have my shop open all day and still not be able to see everybody who needs help.
We will all need to learn how to fix ourselves. It will be less of a burden on everyone else.
Yeah, and I can still be Doc and do the like specialized stuff, and if anyone needs like anything kitted out, I can do that for sure. Do you have anything that's bothering you right now? Anything that needs fixing? Maybe I can start there. Your knee joints or anything?
My eyes. They're the best things I have, and so far they've failed me a few times.
What do you mean they failed you?
I haven't seen fast enough. It took too long to find that sniper. They need to be better.
Okay. Well, let me at least teach you how to I don't know if I can upgrade them, your eyes, that much more than they already are, more than I've already kitted them out. But I can at least show you how to repair them on a basic level. That's probably what most of the Warforged will need, if that makes sense.
If I get into a gunfight and I get shot in one of them, it's over. So, you're right. I'll need to know how to fix them.
And then I can fix the rest. Okay?
Thank you.
Of course. Okay, come here. So, Smoke would sit Onyx down and be like, this might feel strange. And she's gonna like pop the eyes. Yeah. And then I'm gonna spend the time, or I'm gonna keep one of
one
their
so I can
eyes
still
in their,
so I can look at my eye being fixed kind of weirdly.
Your
Absolutely.
timing is incredible, because as you've done this, you'll notice the music's changed.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
Shren, at the helm, you feel something hit the hull.
No.
Something small, but enough to feel it through the hull. Ember, make a tinkering check.
Ember or Smoke?
Smoke, sorry.
I was like,
I mixed
I
the
was
two
like,
of you
the
up.
only
one
Mine
that's
is the
not an artificer.
barbarian.
You better let my eye
I'm
go
the
back in
only
its
one who's
socket.
not some kind of magic boy here. Like,
A tinkering check?
Yeah.
So I would use my what
Intelligence.
intelligence,
Dexterity. Actually, dexterity for this one.
dexterity plus proficiency.
Yes.
Okay, that is going to be a 22.
You feel another as something hits the hull of the ship, and you quickly are like, another time, and you pop the eyes back in. Shren, you are carving through cloud. You can't see what's hitting you. It's just all cloud. So you bank down, not so aggressively that it causes anyone to fall, but a little steeper than, is comfortable. And as you break through the cloud cover, down to the world below, the view that greets you is intense. Massive chunks of stone and soil float aimlessly through the sky. Flashes of lightning bridging between the floating masses of earth. You see the remnants of grand spires and beautiful buildings torn asunder, floating amongst the debris, amongst the once beautiful skies of Eastfall. You seem almost early, as if the space has been shortened. Amongst this debris, you can see also many grim reminders that not everyone made it out and aboard the Ndolu. Below you look upon the parts of the city that remained upon the ground, much of which has slid into the ocean. This once vibrant port city torn between sea and sky. You look toward where you know the palace should stand, built upon a high cliff that overlooks the city and the sea. But all that is below is ruin and rubble. It is above, you see the remnants of a stunning and regal architecture held within the sky by the same unnatural force that has rent your world asunder. Shren, the approach begins to prove to be difficult as the floating chunks of earth and stone drift around directionless, occasionally crashing into one another. There are also brief flashes of lightning that intermittently bridge between two chunks that float near each other. These also prove an obstacle to safely approaching what is left of the foundations of the palace below, where you can see the shape of the vault. And that is where we're going to take our break.
Oh,
Wow.
Bodies. Holy bananas.
I also think it's hilarious that you were like, what's everyone doing with their day? Onyx Anyway, we're at the city now.
What's everyone else doing? Crying about the end of the world.
Openly weeping.
Openly weeping about the end of the world. We are going to take a quick break here. We will start our regular break sequence. We probably won't take all of it. We'll probably take about 5 minutes or so. Grab yourself a beverage. Grab yourself some snacks. And get ready for more At the Edge of All Things with this friggin' amazing cast. I love playing D&D with all of you. Happy Halloween, and we will be back in like 5 to 7 minutes. We love you. We will see you in 5 to 7. Okay, bye.
You cut through. Sorry, welcome back. I realize I'm just excited to get back in here. I'm just excited to keep playing.
That was the break.
Yeah, the tension of the break. We've cut through it. So you cut through the flashing lightning and these crashing boulders and stones and like hill-sized chunks. Shren, you're at the helm. I need you to make a helm check for me. This is a skill that you are proficient with. You're proficient with this ship. At this moment, I think it is you are flying dexterously.
Okay. So +3, and then what's our proficiency? 3 now, right? So it's +6. A nice 11, a tasty 11.
Okay, that makes some things happen then. You
doesn't have to.
You steer through, and have we discussed the mirror's hit points?
We haven't.
Okay.
But it's more than
it's over 9,000.
Yeah.
Like
more...
super, so many zeros.
Just plot armor. Just put on it.
It's plot. Yeah, plot armor.
There's actually a damage threshold on the Mira of 50. So if you don't do 50 points of damage, it does no damage.
Oh, that's so weird. That's crazy.
Oh, she meant 100. She said it was 100.
Yeah.
50.
Sorry, did I say? I meant 200. Oh, that's so weird.
500.
I said
you're right.
over
Absolutely.
9,000. Did nobody hear me?
It's over 9,000.
I mean, class is a sailing ship, and I'm gonna see. No, I don't want to fucking buy the rules. It won't let me access the.
What ship do you want to look up?
Sounds like she's fine to me.
Sailing ship, a small class ship, like something.
Do you want like a keelboat type of a deal?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Like a cruise liner.
With armor.
A keelboat specifically is like a 60-foot by 20-foot vehicle. Is that
yeah,
kind of
that works.
Okay. Its hit points are let's see, movement.
Modded by a very professional artificer.
Well, it depends.
True.
Is it the helm, the oars, the sails, or the hull?
The hull.
Okay, so it has 100 hit points, and it does have a damage threshold of 10. So if it doesn't do 10 damage, it won't.
It doesn't do damage. You see two massive stone formations starting to crash together around the mirror. You spin the helm, punch it really hard trying to break through, but the rocks scrape along the hull. Oh, 2d20 damage, and I rolled a nat 1 and an 11, so 12 points of damage scrape down the side of the hull. A god-awful sound as like stone rents metal and wood. And as these two earthen forms get close to each other, a whip crack of lightning bridges between the two. I need everyone aboard to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Adam, I'm sending you the stats for this.
Thank
for the
you.
keelboat.
You can send those to Bam if Bam you're okay with being in charge. I might mod a couple of things on there.
Well, I'll send it to both of you then.
Just send it in the Slack.
Yeah, send it in the Slack. That's better.
Yeah.
So who got 16 or above?
I haven't rolled yet. Fuck. You said dexterity, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
13.
11.
14.
Damn it, 13.
No one succeeds.
Oh,
I get advantage, and I rolled an 11 and a 1. So.
No.
As a bolt of electricity rips from one formation to the other, everyone takes 20 points of lightning damage.
Ooh,
Straight through.
I take half because I am resistant to lightning damage.
Yeah,
let's go.
I'm gonna use my reaction to absorb some of that lightning.
Cool. You
hell yeah.
Pull it in.
My eyes all.
But with the helmsman roll that you rolled, you do manage to get free and clear without having any more things happening. Had you rolled lower, more events would have occurred, but you managed to break free and bring it down towards the rubble below. As you skillfully, it's quite hard to do with no mooring, but you manage to kind of hover land the mirror. And as you descend, down, you each holding your personal rune. Through the rubble, you can see signs of a staircase leading down, marked with the sigil that Vassal told you would denote the vault. After some time heaving away rubble, you clear a path and descend. The descent proves difficult, as at many points in the staircase, rubble blocks the path, though never fully. There is always enough space to squeeze through, especially for Shren, but the progress is quite slow going. After some time, you come to an opening, and I will say in that time that you're descending, if any of you would like to do any healing or anything along those lines, you're welcome to it now.
Walking short rest.
Yeah, can we one of those maybe?
Yeah, let's introduce a weird little rule. Walking short rest with a constitution saving throw. Everyone roll a constitution saving throw.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
How tall is Vellix?
Vellix is like
here, or...
just over 6 feet.
Oh, okay, so I might be taller than you.
The threshold wasn't a 9, was it?
I got a 21.
21.
Ooh, bitch. I got a 25.
Jesus.
25.
You said con save, right?
Con save, yeah.
Yeah.
16.
16.
9.
9.
Oh.
Sorry, Bam, you cut out there.
19.
19. Okay.
Just
above a 15, you can take a short rest.
Ooh.
Totally. Above a 10, you would have been able to take a short rest, but you would spend double the hit die. Below a 10, you cannot take a short rest, sadly.
No, our poor sweet Berg. Oh, honey.
Hey, I'm still double-digit hit points. I feel great.
You're like,
Artificers are
sitting at 10. I'm good.
Artificers are D8s for hit dice? Okay.
Correct.
Oh, I just remembered barbarians are D12s. Okay,
Big D12. Get that health back.
Big boy D12. Let's go. Also, I would have brought extra protections, whatever extra ones that we had with us that were like the runic. I would have brought those.
Absolutely. I'll say you have 3 spares that were available.
I'm back up to full with my walking short rest.
Amazing. I apologize, Roz and Cody.
It's fine.
It's a cool rule. A walking short rest. I like that.
Onyx can't do it because Shren's just like kind of sleeping on him.
Yeah, I think for Berg and Onyx, the burns of lightning, you kind of got hit in a place that, especially for you, Onyx, where it's kind of shorted you a little bit, and so you're like malfunctioning almost a little bit. And Berg, you're just climbing down these stairs is arduous enough that you can't quite find that like rhythm that some people can fall into, where you just kind of fall into that rhythm and walk and walk and walk.
Me and Berg
kind of,
both stairs.
Yeah, Berg, you kind of struggle to like turn your brain off, and the pain is quite present. Would anyone like to do any healing, or we moving on?
I would just kind of make a slight weave through everyone and take a peek at how Onyx and seeing that Onyx and Berg aren't fully able to recuperate. I would sidle up next to Berg and kind of look up at her. You okay?
Fine.
Do you want to top up or whatever?
I could use assistance, yes.
So is this you asking for help?
Yes, Smoke. I would like your help.
Oh, gosh, that feels nice. That feels really nice to hear. You can
You're
say
the
that
cagiest
anytime
party.
you like. You can say that anytime you like, and I'm happy to help. I'm your assistant. That's my
Shren's
job.
one of the
This
healers,
is what it looks
bro.
like when everyone has emotional trauma.
So I'll put a first level cure wounds into
Everyone
Berg.
just like, I want to be alone, but you guys are sick.
So we'll let that resolve.
So that is going to be 9 points of healing.
9 points.
For Berg.
After some time, you come to an
I would have
opening.
also gone up to Onyx too.
Onyx.
We don't have to role play it out, but if Onyx looks like they need some healing.
No, I'm okay. I think Onyx is okay.
Okay.
Definitely not critical.
After some time, you come to an opening and see a set of grand stone doors, intricately carved and truly immense. They are, however, hewn from their hinges and lay shattered before the opening that leads into the Lasser vault. Within, you see two large shapes moving about with inhuman movements. Beyond them, you see a smaller door of thick metal with huge claw rents ripped into the front. Before the door lies 4 soldiers equipped in the armor of Lasser House Guard, torn asunder, having given their last to defend that door. And as you approach, you see both creatures look up at you. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Did Vellix fight this stuff like during? Maybe we talked about it. Did he see what it was like during the?
Vellix was. Did Vellix discuss where Vellix was during the event?
No.
Okay, so we don't know if he's
motherfucker.
seen any of this stuff.
He's my friend.
Onyx, what was your initiative?
You invited a literal spy on the ship. 7.
Good.
This
Burgundy,
is our
what was your
first
initiative?
Combat,
13.
right? Everything
All
else
of
has
us
been
together?
like.
We've never fought things. At
No,
least
Smoke.
As far as
What was your initiative?
19.
Every initiative's been all mushy and like real time.
Shren.
That's a 7.
Oh, another 7. Ember.
Lucky.
17.
And Vellix.
I also
Good
got
number.
17, but only about.
Wow.
Wait,
plus one
Shren,
in
what's
my
your
deck.
dex?
It'll auto do. I'm running a D&D Beyond encounter.
16.
Where it's
Oh, I didn't know that was out.
Brave.
yeah,
Brave.
it has
Brave.
auto done.
Bold of you. Bold
No,
move.
it seems to be working relatively well.
He says, "Oh, we're all dead." Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bold of you to assume.
Barbarians get advantage on initiative rolls?
You do?
Mm-hmm. Once I get to
Top of the order. Smoke.
Whatchamacallit?
Okay. So, what do I see? What do they look like? Can you describe them to me one more time, please?
You see a creature made of stone. Massive, like, bulbous horns, snarling fangs, and 4 arms. Big, wide creature. And behind it, kind of wrapped around a column, is a long, magmic creature with frills of fire and a massive, wide-mouthed maw and small, beady black eyes with 4 legs that skitters across the ground.
Cool. I go, whoa. And I am going to activate my as my bonus action. I am going to activate my Force Ballista, my Eldritch Cannon. So I'm gonna do that on the one that's closer.
Actually, I hate to be a jerk. The first time you use the cannon, it is an action to summon it, and then
It's
you can
an
use your
action
bonus
to
action
summon.
to fire with it immediately.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm still learning how to play an artificer. Yes, then I will use my action to summon my Force Ballista. So you watch as Smoke wears this kind of like harness that it wraps around air form, and it just kind of like hooks up and over, and you see the turret just kind of like, and it just kind of comes up over her shoulder, and you watch as she kind of just like bears down, and it just kind of like just like fires out, and it should absolutely deafen her, but it just doesn't.
And you are shooting.
I'm shooting the one that's closest.
That would probably be the stone creature.
The stone one, yeah, absolutely. So then I will fire using, summon using the action, fire using a bonus action, so it's a range spell attack. So that is going to be a +7 to hit, so that's going to be an 18 to hit.
18 hits. Roll damage.
And damage is 2d8. And also we'll push the target 5 feet backwards.
Okay.
2d8, 1. There we go. Very nice. An 8 and a 6. That is 14 points of force damage onto this wonderful creature. And I am going to stand my ground there. And that is my turn.
Amazing. Your shot rings out. Bits of chips of stone fly away. Next up, Ember.
Go.
You're muted. There you go. You're back.
Yep. Hello. Hi. Sorry, I was quiet. You said that there was one magma one, and what was the other one?
Stone creature with 4 arms.
Okay. So big arm boy, and then a magma boy. Okay. I am going to. It's gonna look a little bit different than how it all looked yesterday, because I think that Ember was very pissed yesterday, and this is more of like a okay, focus, let's go.
For Theater of the Mind, the 4-armed stone creature is a large creature, and the magmic creature is a huge creature.
Okay.
Fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And how far away are they?
Okay.
From you, about 45 to 50 feet.
Perfect. They could have been medium too. That's a good sign.
It could have also just been not there.
That's very narrative. You know,
I like
if they're,
that.
like,
Yeah,
tiny.
non-existent
You know, you're like, oh, interesting.
It's because it's funny if we fight really tiny things. You know?
It's an illusion.
30 nilbogs.
No.
Chef's kiss.
No, Chef's not in this episode. Sorry.
So, you said that they're like 45, 50 feet away, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so as a part of my entering my like focus rage thing, so she's just gonna go, and her eyes will light up, and she's like, let's go. And she, as a part of the bonus action, I can move half my speed, so I'm gonna move 20 feet.
Yep.
And then I have my 40 feet of movement.
Yep.
So I'm gonna get all the way
clear the
to
distance.
the magma one.
Okay. Yeah, you skid past the stone one, going straight for the magnet creature.
And I'm gonna punch a bitch.
Please do.
So the first one is a 19 to hit.
A 19 hits.
Okay. And then the second one is that's cocked. Is a 22 to hit.
22 also hits.
Oh wow. So that is. Oh, I rolled like ass on damage though. Let's see. So I get +4 to both of these. So 4 + 6. So 12 points of damage total, I think. Okay. From all of that, and I think that's my whole turn. So I'm just gonna run up and go, like, just right to the center of it with my hands, just punching in the center.
Singes you, but not as much as.
Not as much as it would.
The heat's not bad. Vellix, it is your turn.
From where I am, I would look down as my eyes go like fully white. And I would reach out both hands. I'm going to cast Tasha's Mind Whip at 3rd level on both creatures.
I also forgot that I could do rage damage.
So intelligence save from both of them.
Intelligence save. What was that? Sorry, Faye?
I forgot that I do rage damage, so I also...
an extra 2 damage per thing?
Yeah, so an extra 4 damage
4.
Total.
Absolutely. Yeah. Intelligence saves. Fuck yeah. -2 for the fiery creature.
Go.
So a 15.
Okay, that is my spell save DC.
And then a -2 for the gargoyle, so a 12.
Okay, so that's a failure.
You said they're within 60 feet? Because I might be able to help you with that.
It is within 60 feet. If you want to cast Silvery Barbs.
I'd like to Silvery Barbs him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, spicy.
So, Vellix, your eyes glow, and tendrils of, I would assume, like, emeralds is your like mind created things.
Yeah.
Tendrils of emerald energy whip out, and you watch as they pierce through the forehead of each creature, and you watch as the eyes of the salamander like creatures kind of harden, and as they do, Shren, you reach out and silvery barbs wrap around its head and stick in, and it hit the DC exactly, right?
Yeah.
So I reduce like any reduction,
anything lower
automatically fails. So yeah, which means like I can't roll lower than a 1 on a D4. So the barbs slam in, and
I grant advantage to Ember on her next attack.
Amazing.
Yes.
Whoa.
Let's go.
So they take 10 points of psychic damage, and you have to choose whether you're going to take whether you're going to move an action or a bonus action. You can only take one.
So they're essentially like slowed or semi stunned. Very cool. Well, use this.
Well, dang.
Well,
done, Vellix.
I mean, Adam, they can just like stand there and look.
At the start of the salamander-like creature's turn.
I'm all for casting speak animals.
It does when you hit it with your melee attack.
As you punch
you're going to sorry, Ember.
How's your day been?
I just want to talk.
Real quick.
You take 20 points of fire damage reduced to 10 from hitting it. And then when it starts its turn by you, you take 8 reduced to 4.
How could you do it to me in this way?
And then does it just get one, can it just do a full action or?
Yeah, it can either do an action or a bonus action or move. It can't.
Okay.
It can only do one of those
And it didn't take any cold damage, so you do watch as the impacts of your punches, Ember, start to just kind of fade.
Rip, Baronian cheese. Okay, cool. Cool.
There are a lot of things on this thing. It's not that high CR though. But it is going to try and bite and then tail whip you. So it launches forward. Well, a plus 11 to hit does nothing for a natural 1. Ooh, so it launches forward and you just kind of like fucking block pass and just push it away, redirect the energy, but then its tail whips up as a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits me.
Oh boy.
Also, everyone would have regained the charges of their items over the multiple short rests.
Even if I cast shield, that shit still hits me. So
cool. You take.
Oh no! I don't like how many.
You don't have to say that.
Right
Okay.
Bird goes down.
You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Plus 16 points of fire damage reduced to 8. And you need to make a strength saving throw for me.
Okay, so 8 reduced to 4.
8 reduced to 4. Yep, it's bludgeoning.
Okay, great. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this creature, you were built to fight this creature. You were reducing all of its damage.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. You said a strength save?
Strength save, yeah.
Okay. That is a 21.
Okay. The tail hits you, and as it hits you in the chest, you feel like it's going to launch you back, but you manage to tuck and roll over the tail and roll back up and stand in a fighting position. Amazing. Next up is Burgundy. What would you like to do, Burgundy?
I will stay far back where I am.
Okay.
So far only Ember is engaged with one of them, right? The other one
Correct.
is... Okay, I will magic missile at 4th level.
Okay.
And I'm with all ranged combatants. I'm gonna die.
You are the only tank here. Yeah, I also had that realization. I went, oh no.
No.
And I will do 5 darts into the one Ember's fighting and 2 darts into the other one.
Amazing. Yeah, roll that damage.
Yeah. So... Ooh, that's good. 5... Oops.
I like to imagine that your darts are like quills, like little...
Absolutely.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so 21 points of damage into the one Ember's fighting.
Amazing.
Berg brought chiseled tips to this pencil fight, so
Exactly.
Let's go.
And then just 6 points into damage into the other one.
Fantastic.
And then as my bonus action, I will summon my awakened spellbooks, the little spirit.
Yeah.
Of the awakened spellbook. So, I think on the first step, I'm just gonna summon it.
This is the first time we're seeing this. What does it look like?
Whoa.
I don't know. Does everybody notice?
I think Onyx probably catches this. Ember does. Like, Ember's very perceptive, but a lot's happening with Ember. I think Onyx and Vellix, but Vellix doesn't like mean anything to Vellix, but Onyx would clock this.
It just looks like a form of it. It's a more humanoid kind of form.
Yeah.
Than sometimes the awakened spellbook type things look like something else. But if Onyx recognizes it, it actually looks like Ruby, who we watched her die.
Oh.
Yeah. Next up is the stone creature.
Let's go. Give it to me.
Well, because Smoke went forward to like Smoke's held back, but who would be the front of the pack of the like backpack?
Probably Smoke would have moved forward.
Yeah, like to shoot.
So that I could shoot, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to roll a die to see if they try to mash up Ember more or if they go after the group. Okay, they go after the group. You watch as this stone creature comes towards, and I'm going to roll another die because I think Onyx would be quite close there as well.
It can only do a move.
Oh, you're correct.
With the whip.
One action.
Thumbs up, heads towards Onyx and Smoke getting ready to attack.
Yeah, like as it goes, like it moves, and then like as it goes to attack, it's like its head just like short circuit.
Bits of stone kind of crumble off its face. Amazing, very cool. Onyx, you are up.
Okay.
This creature is right up at you.
Is that going to be a problem?
If you make a ranged attack, it will be at disadvantage unless you have crossbow mastery, which I don't think you have.
No, I have sharpshooter.
Yeah.
But
either crossbow mastery or like firearm specialist are the two feats that allow you to shoot within 5 feet.
Okay, then Onyx would just scope in and shoot around it then, or shoot through its legs or something. I'm gonna take sure shots at the magma one.
Okay, there'd still be a disadvantage because you're making a ranged attack within 5 feet of a melee combatant.
Oh, it's still disadvantage even though it's at a different target?
Yeah, because it's trying to fire past someone who's like right up on top of you.
Oh, then never mind. Is the magma creature by chance close to the stone creature?
No.
I'm having
the
trouble
stone creature.
How far?
Yeah. So the magma creature is at the back of the room with Ember, and the magma creature, and the stone creature has gone from the middle of the room to where you guys are right at the entrance of the room.
Okay, then
the room is about
I'll take
40 feet diameter.
I'll take 2 shots at the stone creature then.
Maybe a bit bigger, 60 feet. Okay, 2 shots at the stone creature. You can also try and get away from the stone creature. It just might get an attack of opportunity.
Well, well, I guess I don't know.
Right?
I was gonna say, does it
not take reactions?
It can't take reactions, can it?
Can it take reactions?
It doesn't say anything about reactions in the Mind Whip spell. Yeah, cool. So I think they're fair game.
That's unfortunate. Then if I'm gonna get hit anyway because my AC is not great, I'm just gonna take the 2 attacks at disadvantage.
Okay.
Roll those
attacks.
14 and an 8. So the lowest is 17 for that one.
17 just hits.
Ooh,
Love
well
that.
done.
Then a 13 and a 19. So the 13 being a 22.
That also hits. Roll damage.
Oh, I'm also gonna
just
use
lean back.
Oh yeah, just look up like underneath its chin, basically.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the favored foe feature as well.
Amazing.
Give me an extra D6.
Did you take elementals as your favorite foe?
No, the new ranger thing is you get to designate a favored foe as you fight.
Nice.
Yeah. When you hit something, you get to be like, "That's my favorite foe for this fight."
I can choose a target and concentrate on it. It's
okay.
Better.
It's like kind of Hunter's Mark, but not. And you can't use Hunter's Mark at the same time, so it's weird.
True.
But
it's like me and
my
cookies.
scope that Adam gave me allows me to use Hunter's Mark without concentration, so I can stack them.
He can stack them. Yeah.
So the first attack is math. 7 plus 4, 11 plus 4, 15.
He has low intelligence, so math will probably hurt him.
Yeah, it's true.
15.
Oh no, algebra. Oh,
that's
long
what the
division.
mind whip is doing to it. It's making him go through algebraic equations.
Okay,
don't understand the quadratic formula.
Only the first hit is a d6. Okay, not the subsequent hits. Got it.
No. Yeah.
And then a 6 + 4 for 10. So altogether, 25 on both shots.
Very good. You into its head. Next up is Shren. Shren, what would you like to do?
All right, I'm gonna use my action to also summon my force cannon turret. Mine little legs shoot out of the hat on my head, and they stick into the colorful tattoos I have on my chest. And you see this like blue energy start feeding through them, and my top hat literally goes, and then fires a force ballista out of it.
That's sick.
So good. Does like a rune light up at the top?
Oh yeah. I rolled a 1, but I'm a halfling. Halfling rolling that one again. Oh, that's way better. 14.
Who needs luck when you're a halfling?
Spell attack. 14. 22.
When you roll 2s.
And
22 damage or 22 hit?
No, 22 to hit. For 9
22
damage.
definitely hits. 9 damage. Good shit. Yeah. Cracks out, shatters stone. Amazing. Top of the order, Smoke. You are right in front of this thing. Range attacks will have disadvantage.
Thick one. I really love that. Okay, great. Well, I am going to look up at this wonderful, wonderful creature and just be like, you're gonna see Smoke's kind of eyes just alight, and they're just gonna clap very, very loudly, and I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave at this creature right in front of me, and you watch
very
as
cool.
Air kind of whips out from Smoke's hair, and it just goes, and it just goes straight forward.
Con save, right?
Con save, please.
Unsurprisingly, this creature is very good at con save.
I am sure it is, but it goes.
But I rolled an 8, so 13.
That is a failure. It's a Constitution of 15.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll that damage.
On a failed save, the creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet back from me.
Amazing. So yeah.
And at higher levels, back. I think there is.
It upscales. Yeah.
This is 3d8 thunder damage. And it's pushed 10 feet back from me.
Amazing. Allowing you to take your shoulder shot.
Any unsecured objects that are completely within the area are pushed 10 feet back, and the spell emits an audible boom out to 300.
Yeah. You see like some body parts and some rubble get kind of flung around the room.
Thick one. So that is 8 and 8 altogether is 16 points of thunder damage, and then that this is not right in melee, we get a ballista cannon.
Very cool interaction there. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, tactically great.
Big brain.
Someone should clip that.
Big brain. Big Brian.
Big artificer brain. I'm still learning how to be an artificer. That is going to be what is.
Oh, actually. It's all good, but you weren't actually at disadvantage to begin with because Bam hit it. Oh, sorry, Shren hit it with the force ballista, which forced it back 10 feet as well.
Anyway, I'm forcing it back.
So you're forcing back another 10 feet, and then another 10 feet after that, which I think
baby. Let's go.
No,
pushing it back.
As I elbow my dog because she just is so close to me, because I'm big arm movements. So I'm gonna push it back another 10 feet, and then the force ballista goes off as well, and that is going to be an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
And then
all that damage.
2d8 damage with that one. 7 and a 7. That is 14 points of force damage to that one. And I'm gonna separate a bit from the group. I'm gonna try and kind of arc around. Whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna arc around to one side. I'll let you pick whichever one would be the most
amazing. Yeah, I'll say you peel left.
I peel left. Yeah.
Ember, you were up.
Okie. So I kind of did like a tuck and roll around the back of this
over the tail.
creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're at its side. You're at its flank.
Can I? So what's the environment like around me physically? Like, there's like the stone walls. Is there like rubble and shit?
A lot of rubble. Yeah.
Okay. Can I try?
Parts of the roof have caved in.
Right. Can I try and like kick up onto this thing's back?
Cool.
Yes. You know that touching this thing burns you.
Well, I'm gonna be hitting it anyway, so I got nothing to do here.
Make an athletics check for me then.
Do a backflip.
Go ahead. Do you want to be famous on the internet?
Athletics, 18.
Yes, you managed to kind of kick off a piece of rubble and get up on its back, and you can make your attacks.
Cool. I'm gonna do some punch'ems. All up in.
I love this unarmed barbarian business. It's so great.
Okay, so one of them is like 1,000,000 to hit. It's like 25, I think.
That absolutely is.
That's a million. That is.
It might as well be a million at this point.
And then 17 is my.
Okay, so here's my rule question. I've got a full party filled with DMs, and you can tell me how you feel this plays out. A creature that touches the creature or hits it with a melee attack. Would we rule that landing on its back is touching it, and then also hitting it is triggering separate iterations?
I mean, does it say like it happens once per turn? Or does it say every time it happens?
No, a creature that touches the creature or hits it with a melee attack while within 5 feet. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
so landing on its back, you take 9 reduced to 4 points of fire damage.
Cool.
Okay, and then you punch it.
Great.
Oh no.
Awesome.
Take 6 reduced to 3 points of fire damage.
Cool. Great.
And sorry, how much damage was that the first punch?
I haven't rolled damage yet.
Okay. As long as you do more than 6.
It's worth it.
I don't think I can possibly do less than 6 because I hit with both, and my strength bonus is 8. Like total, it's like 4 and then 4.
Well, as long as you do more than 6 on this hit, because you took 3 damage. As long as you do more than 3 on this attack.
Okay, well, I have so I need to. No, I mean even with my rage damage, I have a strength, and then I have my rage damage. So minimum damage I'm doing is 7 points.
Amazing.
Oh wow.
Dope.
So does punch. Do I need to roll or
no? I was talking about like making a trade where you're taking damage for hitting it. You just need to do more damage than you're taking for it to be like worthwhile, basically.
Oh, sure. I understand. I was like, I'm so confused.
No. I was
great deal of damage.
Yeah.
Okay,
I offer you fire damage. You offer me punch damage.
Yeah.
Punch.
Adam takes
I cast punch a lot.
It's so funny that you say that. Okay, so that I rolled a 3 and a 4 because I hit with both of them, and I have.
You did 2 hits?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Give me take another sweet, 9 sweet reduced to 4.
Give it to me.
Yeah. Okay, so 4 and a 3, so 7.
7, and then I get +6 to each of the, so it's
19 total.
19 points of damage.
Amazing. Yeah, you.
Holy bananas.
I'm actually. This is a terrible idea. I'm gonna expend a charge. I want to hit it again.
Absolutely, roll
idea.
as a bonus action. As you watch the kind of fiery energy around the wraps on Ember's hands, she hits it twice and then kind of speeds up with these wraps that kind of glow a little bit as she gets a 3rd hit in real quick.
I kind of like to think that because it's sort of like there's like flames licking off of it, that it's kind of just like almost looks like Ember is like a part of the creature for like a minute. Is this just like there's like all this like fire happening?
Absolutely.
That's how you put out a fire, with your fists, right?
With your fist.
Absolutely.
Punch it out.
Foolproof way to put out a fire.
That's a 21 to hit.
Absolutely hits. You take 8 reduced to 4 fire damage.
Yeah.
Drop, and tuck and roll.
Stop, drop, and punch, I believe, is the updated guidelines that they've got.
And
I saw it at my daughter's preschool. It's great.
That is max damage, baby. So that is 12 points for that hit.
Hell
Very
yeah!
nice.
Hell yeah!
Worth it.
Well
Good
done.
shit. Next up is Vellix. What would you like to do, Vellix?
Okay, how close are the 2 creatures now that the other one's been pushed back? Like, how far away from each other are they?
I would say they're about like 30 to 40 feet from each other.
30 to 40.
They're 30, like 25, 30.
Okay. No, that's not.
I offer you 5 feet away from each other.
Okay, I'll go with plan B.
I'd like to counter.
Okay, Vellix would move to the right where Ember and
Smoke went left. You moved to the right.
Is Ember? Which side is Ember on?
The left. They're like more. To the left side,
then I will move closer to the left, but still keeping probably about 10 feet from.
Amazing.
From smoke, kind of back, because it's got 120 feet range. So, you watch again, like his eyes would go that kind of white color, and he would kind of like trace out a circle, and from just in front of the magma creature, you would see this kind of like swirl of emerald energy that would elongate, almost like a black hole that would then elongate into a really fine point that would begin to like pierce the creature's head.
Very cool.
I'm going to heighten this spell. I'm going to use 3 sorcery points.
Yep.
Heighten the spell.
How close are you getting to this creature again?
Oh, I'm staying pretty far back. Like,
okay, so what the range of the spell keeps you?
It's 120 feet.
Oh, yeah,
so
you're fine. Yeah.
So yeah, I would be kind of at like basically where we came in, so like 60 feet back or whatever. So yeah, heightened, so it's a disadvantage in intelligence.
Amazing. Okay, and it has -2, so.
And what spell is this, Tim?
This is Ralotham's Psychic Lance.
Ralotham's Psychic Lance. Very cool.
Cool.
Is a 3.
Oh, that's a failure. Perfect. So the creature takes just psychic damage. $23 points of psychic damage and is incapacitated.
Wow.
Until the start of my next turn.
Incapacitated?
Mm-hmm.
Which is great because this creature is immune to stun.
Buddy.
You said it's incapacitated.
Yeah, this
That's
creature
nice.
kind of, and you watch as the like magma cools briefly, and it kind of stands still, unable to move.
Good for me.
Though at the start of each of its turns, regardless of its status, each creature within 10 feet does
Still
take
burn.
damage. Yeah.
I was gonna try to do
sweet
cold damage to it, but it wasn't close
and
enough
it does
for the
regain
creature.
hit points because it's not taking that kind of damage. And that is 4 points of fire damage reduced to 2 for you.
A pittance of damage.
Burgundy, you are up next.
I will. Well, I want to attack, and my little faux Ruby. It's not Ruby, but I see it as Ruby.
Absolutely.
We'll shoot towards Ember.
Okay.
And although I want to try to attack instead, I have 1 spell slot of Cure Wounds, and I can cast it through Ruby.
Amazing.
So Ruby will sort of alight on your shoulder as a touch-based spell. So you can gain a bunch of hit points.
Love that.
We love
I
healing.
mean,
Healing your tank is the thing that PSA. If you play in a Dungeons and Dragons game, heal your tank. Please do.
Make sure your party has a cleric in it.
It's only 11 points.
Will do.
That's
11
a good roll.
Or
That's a good roll.
9
11
artificers.
Or 9 artificers.
So that the bonus action is to move Ruby, and then the action is to cast Cure Wounds, which is I can only do that once per day. So
Amazing.
new for me.
I
I'll stay where
almost
I am.
damaged myself for that much damage, but I did not.
No.
Instead. Thank you.
That is your whole turn? Okay, you watch as the stone creature doesn't move. It stays within 30 feet of Ember and the creature, the magmic creature. And it pulls its forearms out, and you watch as from behind rocky wings unfurl, and it slams its hands together. It is going to make 4 attacks at Onyx.
Oh no.
The first one has to be to 16. All other attacks have to be to 20. Because I have multi-attack defense. I get a +4 to AC on subsequent attacks.
Whoa.
So dope.
Okay, shit.
Amazing.
Coolest thing ever.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Defensive
yeah.
tactics. So the first attack has to be to 16. Every other
first one
has
is a
to...
27.
Yeah,
So that
does
definitely
it.
hits. The second one is a 23,
Unfortunate.
a 19, and an 18.
Those don't hit.
The last two do not.
Silvery barbs the second hit that hit. Can you re-roll that?
The 23?
Yeah. You need to reduce that by 3.
It's reduced by a d4, correct?
Oh, I think you re-roll the spell.
Oh, is that
re-roll the attack? Here, I'm sorry. Let me just double check.
Oh, I probably should have re-rolled the save. Oopsie. I thought it was a d4 reduction. That's a different spell.
Yeah, so when you hit
re-roll
the trigger, you re-roll it. Yeah, and you have to use the lower.
I think you're thinking of cutting words.
Yeah, I think so. I should have re-rolled that save. Oopsie. 23. I rolled a 15 again. I rolled the exact same number.
I used the slot. So I still get hit by 2 and 2 miss.
Yeah. And you take...
If it doesn't hit.
For the rest of the turn, so I think that's reactions too? Or no? No, I would say round otherwise.
20 points of piercing damage as these rock, like, small barbs of stone slam into your chest, but it stays within 30 feet.
Onyx, you get advantage on your next attack.
Onyx, it is your turn.
Oh,
the creature is not within 10 feet of you, so you do not have disadvantage.
How close is it to the magma creature? It's not within 5 feet of the magma creature, right?
Within 30 feet of the magma creature.
Needs to be 5 feet. I have Horde Breaker, which allows me to take 4 shots, but fine. So
it's
I'm gonna
take... I'll lure him over here and then.
Yeah, if you could just clump them all together, it'd be great.
Yeah, don't worry. I got you.
Thank you so much. So I am gonna use was it sharpshooter? Yeah. So if I have advantage, I'm gonna take a regular roll. No, it's not a regular roll. I'm gonna take.
You don't have advantage.
I do. Shren gave it.
Oh, because of sorry, you are correct because of silvery barbs. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I thought it was disadvantage on the roll. It's just a -5. So I'm gonna
-5.
Take I'll do them both. Why not?
Sweet.
Let's roll them.
So advantage for the first one.
That's
-5.
An 18 and a nat 1. So good for the advantage.
Good for the advantage.
So 18 plus.
And this 9. Is against the stone creature or the magma creature?
Stone creature.
Cool. Absolutely.
So +9. That's 27 -5. 22.
22 absolutely hits.
Great. And I'm going to take it again for the next one.
Okay.
Just a flat roll, and that wouldn't hit anyway. That's a natural 5 for a 14. Which would be a 9. So
9
that's not
doesn't hit. Yeah. Cracks off.
But that's okay. I get a +10. So
+10. Pretty solid.
And it's my favorite foe. So we are still going to get that D6.
Exactly.
9 and a 5 plus 4, bad at math, 18 plus 10, 28.
Amazing. You do see that like the damage is hitting the stone and the bullet is kind of splintering against the stone. It's doing damage. It's just not like having that impact that you would normally see with a bullet gun. Like Shren, it's your turn.
Oh, do you want me to favored? Is the favored foe different kind of damage then? Should I have been separating that?
It's just additional piercing
just
damage.
Decrease. Okay, it's not. Yeah. Okay, you got it.
Basically, you're good at hitting specific points.
I'm very good. Yeah, you're right. Thank you so much.
And Stone Guy's not incapacitated, right?
No.
Just to check. Okay. Okay, cool. So I'm going to, with my bonus action, just let my hat kind of pop off another shot.
Amazing.
While I pull my gun out from my sidearm and take a shot as well.
Against the stone?
Yes, against the
Fantastic.
stone.
So the force ballista is force, so it won't get halved. The pistol will.
Actually, you know what? That's just I want to do it. I got sneak attack since last we played, and I want to use it. So instead of instead of the force ballista, I'm going to use steady aim and not move
very cool,
and get advantage.
Yep.
And then I'm going to pop a shot off with my pistol.
Amazing. Roll to hit.
19 plus. I'm so sorry. 19 plus.
19 plus anything hits
cool.
for sure.
25.
Heck yeah.
10 damage, and then sneak attack is 9, 10, 11. So that's 21 plus 3, 24 damage.
All right, very nice. So yeah, you also see that it's the bullet kind of splinters against the stone, but it is doing damage. Smoke, you are up.
Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I have got a nice place of nobody's up in my business at this point. Which of the creatures looks more hurt?
They both look pretty equally rough.
Great. Which one is all up in my sister's biz?
the magma creature.
Okay, cool. So I am going to take a shot with my force cannon at that one.
Okay.
That's going to be a 17 plus 7 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so that's going to be 2d8 force. That is going to be a 7 and a 6, so that's 13 points of damage for that.
As your shot rings out from your shoulder cannon, the wings of the stone creature crack as it blindingly fast flies in front and takes the force ballista, intercepting the attack. So it's 13 damage?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
And then you just see Smoke go, well, if you like it so much, and I'm going to clap again, and I'm going to do thunder wave right in his face. So it
okay. You'll have to move up to be in front of the stone creature, and that will mean you...
It's a 60-foot range. It's a 60-foot range on thunder wave.
Thunder wave? No, it's a 15-foot.
Or is it 15? Thunder wave says it's a 15-foot cube.
That like
it's range from myself. Oh, yeah. Well then what am I talking about then?
Thunderclap potentially, which is
or thunder step potentially 60 feet. Okay. I think thunder step is 60 feet.
So how far am I away from the?
You can get within range. If you do the thunderclap on the stone creature, you'll hit the magma creature as well.
That's what I want to do. Yeah,
I was just potentially also hit Ember because Ember's in the magma creature space.
Give it to me. Hit me, baby.
Hit me, baby. Yeah, okay. I know she can take it.
Yeah,
so yeah, creature's kind of stepped and it tried to show a force me, and I don't like authority.
Amazing. So you run forward and amazing.
Berg, you're nice authority. Everyone else sucks. So and then it's a con save 15 from all the creatures.
Con save 15.
I'm including Ember as well. I'm assuming.
That is a 22 for the stone creature.
That's half damage.
Do I need to roll?
Yeah.
15 for the magma creature. Sorry, 16 for the magma creature.
That's a success.
What am I rolling? I rolled really well, but
con
what am I rolling?
save.
Oh yeah, that's a 25.
Okay, so everyone's taking half damage then.
Amazing.
So this is half of 3d8 since I cast it at 2nd level.
Sweet. Thank you for that. Yes, thanks.
You're super welcome. You said you could take it, and I believe the terms were bring it.
What would have been funny is if Ember had failed and gotten flung off.
So that is going to be 16 halved to 8 points of thunder damage.
Never taken full damage. Not once in this fight. Let's go.
Not once. No, never.
Ember, you are up.
So I have a question for you.
Yes. I might have
Em's favorite question.
Legend lore.
Oh, actually, sorry. At the start of your turn,
I take some fire damage.
You take 7 reduced to 3 fire damage.
Go. Don't. Great. Okay. So I know that with kind of the way that the hand wraps work, and we talked about a little bit how my innate spellcasting stuff that I have, it works.
Yes.
I, however, do need to, it is a concentration spell if I want to use it, so do I need to be not raging?
Which spell are you trying to cast?
I'm trying to cast Flame Blade.
That's not a spell that you can cast from your wraps, right?
It's not a pugilist thing.
Then you cannot be raging to cast that spell.
Yep.
You can cast the concentration spells from your wraps, because it specifies the stone skin comes from the wraps.
Yep, for
sure. But no, you can't. You have to be. You can't
totally
be raging
fair.
to cast Flame Blade.
Just wanted to ask.
No, absolutely.
How close is the stone boy?
5 feet now.
Okay, great.
It had to be within 5 feet to block.
Cool. I'm gonna drop my rage.
Okay.
And I am going to. So as since this is all happening at the same time, as that incapacitatedness is happening to this creature, and the flames kind of keep lashing out at Ember, she is going to crack her knuckles and sort of steal the fire from this magma creature, and there's gonna be these blue flames that just lick up the sides of her hands.
Dope.
And she's gonna take a couple steps and jump off and try and land onto and come down with a kick onto the stone golem's head.
Okay. So you're casting Flame Blade.
Yes.
And that is a bonus action?
No, I think it's something that I can do as like an attack. So basically, like I cast the spell. It is a bonus action spell. Yes.
Then you can attack with it as an action.
Yep.
Cool.
And I'll say that my feet are on fire too because I wanted to kick and that's fun.
Yeah, go for it.
You're mostly on fire.
Yeah, I'm
you watch as Ember
Yeah.
kind of wraps herself in flame as she crashes into the stone creature. Yeah, absolutely.
I also shed bright light for 10 feet.
Roll to hit.
Cool.
I've always thought you were a light in my life, so.
That's a nat 20, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, roll damage.
Awesome. Okay. So that is. Do you double or do you roll twice?
Roll dice, double the dice.
Okay. That is 4, 3, 4, 8, 11. Doubled. 22. And I'm not raging or anything like that, so I think it's just 22 fire damage that I do. I don't think that I get to add anything.
No, it specifies in Flame Blade. Doesn't it create a...
Basically, it says the blade is similar in size and shape to a scimitar, and it lasts for the duration. And as you can use your action to make a melee spell attack with the fiery blade.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's not like Shadow Blade where it's an actual weapon. Amazing, yeah. 22 points of damage.
And
this is your kill.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So I definitely have this like moment of doing this sort of like flip kick into just the center of this rock, and she kind of just comes down and it all scatters across the room, kind of filling the room like with even more rubble than was there before.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah,
so you bring your fiery foot down into its back and its chest explodes outwards and rubble litters the room. You have one more attack with the sword. Oh no, you just make one attack with the sword, correct?
I think it's just you have to make a melee spell. Yeah. I mean, technically it's my hands or feet, but whatever. She will also kind of be like, and in Primordial be like, come get me, big boy, at the fire guy, and she's gonna like run across the room, like kind of just away from it.
Seems to recognize these words. And Vellix, you're up.
I would move forward a bit to be within 60 feet of the fire creature, and I would like kind of like almost as if like pulling off one of my scales, but you see kind of like a small like sliver of emerald appear as I like almost throw it across, as like it turns into this like psychic energy. I'm gonna cast the Mind Sliver. So another intelligence saving throw from the fire creature.
Tim, your spell descriptions are so
That is a natural one, so -1.
Ooh. So that is 11 points of psychic damage.
Roz, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Hey, Gambad.
And on your next saving throw, do you want me to subtract a d4?
You can subtract it when it makes it, yeah.
Cool.
Okay. It is looking fucking rough. It is its turn. Smoke and Ember are both within 30 feet. It is going to use its Pyroclasm ability. As you watch it contract and then gouts of lava erupt from its body. And at every creature within 30 feet,
that is
centered on the creature.
An ability.
It is an ability. It's releasing magma from its own body. Everyone needs to make it. Smoke and Ember need to make a dexterity saving throw.
I love dex saves.
Good.
Oh no, my god. Oh shit.
Oh no!
I am going to.
It's fine.
I'm going to make this dexterity save, and if I think it's too low, I am going to use my flash of genius to heighten the. That's a natural motherfucking 20, baby.
Let's go. Mine was a 15.
And I'm going to use a flash of genius on Ember then to add a D4 you add just an automatic +4 to that roll.
19. Your intelligence mod. Yeah, 19.
19 succeeds. So instead of taking 23 points of fire damage and 16 points of bludgeoning damage, Smoke, you take 11 points of fire and 8 points of bludgeoning, so 19 total. Okay. And Ember, you take 5 points of fire and 16 points of bludgeoning, so 21 total. Nope, sorry, 8. 13 total.
Yeah. Great.
I didn't like that.
Not one bit.
It was rude.
Really
you move back, my man.
Kind of
I'm going to roll. You are both also within 10 feet of it. So at the start of its turn, you both take.
I ran away from it, but sure, yeah, that's fine.
I didn't.
If you'd run away from it, like, because you leapt off its back to hit the golem, I was assuming you were staying within its melee range afterwards. You can leave.
No,
it would just get an attack of
opportunity. I was actively trying to call it to me to be come and I was leaving. It's like
okay, so it would get an attack of opportunity then.
I would still be within 30 feet because I would assume I probably used at least half of my movement to get over to the thing, but I still have 20 feet left, so I would have.
Cool. So you do leave its space.
I do, and it has disadvantage on opportunity attacks.
Sweet, yeah. So Smoke takes 7 points of fire damage from the start of its turn, and then it's going to roll an attack at disadvantage. That is, I can close this tab because against Ember as the attack of opportunity. No, it did its pyroclasm as its turn. It is going to.
Wasn't it still incapacitated at this point in time? Because this was before.
True.
You're right. And they can't take actions or reactions.
You are correct.
It sucks playing with DMs, Adam. It's okay.
Yeah, no, it does. You're right. No,
do we take all that damage back?
No, the pyroclasm still goes off because Vellix took his turn and then.
But I moved away from it.
Yeah, the attack of opportunity would not have happened. No, absolutely. Berg, it is your turn.
Awesome. I would like to dump a bunch of magic missiles into it. The magma creature.
Please do.
I'm going to cast it at 3rd level, and I'm going to use the once per long rest with my awakened spellbook, change all the damage to whatever I want.
For the start of its turn, it does regain 10 hit points. So Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah. So I can.
Thanks, chat.
Thanks, chat.
Thanks,
chat. We love
amazing.
It
so
a different damage type in my spellbook. So I'm gonna do cold damage instead.
Cold works.
Very nice.
It's pretty good.
Just a bunch of D4s.
Solid choice for no reason other than
wrong choice. Fire or poison? Fire or poison?
Punch it.
Yeah, amazing.
You want to give a little smooch? You want to cast Cure Wounds? Wow, that's so cool.
Right?
Wow. Pretty chill of you, honestly.
Sick.
Just wants Adam to feel included.
Okay, wait.
Just a whole table of DMs, just a whole table of people.
What a nightmare!
I love it.
It's not even DM roulette. It's not even DM roulette.
20 points of cold damage.
How much, sorry?
20.
Roz, this is your kill.
Hey!
It was just a bunch of magic missiles. I assume that the awakened spellbook actually kind of stayed close to Ember.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, bonus action, it moves to stay with her. And then it seems to shoot out at me like the quills, but as they transition through the space, they start to just have like little bits of frost sort of fly off them. So it's almost like a little snow cloud seems to form.
Okay.
And then hit into the magma.
Because you did frost damage, I'm going to roll a dice because it has an ability when it dies.
No.
But I think it's cool because you did frost damage. There's a chance that it doesn't go off as you
fiery death.
Cool its fire. No, it goes off.
No.
It goes off. I'm sorry.
At least you rolled for it though, right?
I think the cold damage at its killing it with cold damage is a cool maybe you can freeze its magma. It does have its magmatic end. I need everyone within 60 feet to make a dexterity
save.
Is
that the size of this room?
Yeah, it's anyone who's beyond the threshold of the room. The whole room fills with fire.
Okay, let me double check what I got here.
Did you say dex?
That's probably
dexterity. Yeah,
that's.
I would say pretty much everyone has stepped into the room at this point.
I rolled a 1, but again, I can't roll a 1 the first time.
Ooh, let's go. Hey.
No
twos.
Not.
No
That
twos.
is
Another nat 20?
natural 20.
Fucking hell, all right.
And if I see someone stumbling, I'm gonna reach out and you just see this like little mote of like silvery blue kind of light, and I'll.
You've already used your reaction.
Oh, this round.
For its
okay.
turn, yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah. So it's a natural 20 for me then.
16.
Anyone who rolled below a 17
Oh.
takes 27 points of fire damage. Those of you who rolled above or 17 and above take 13 points of fire damage. Ember, did you succeed or fail?
I failed.
So you take 13, yeah?
Yeah.
As the room is filled with fire.
I was admiring Berg's magic missiles and just
I
looking,
too was admiring. I was like,
and just got smoked by the fire.
I mean, it's very hot in here, so it's nice and refreshing. I was like,
Immediately blown down.
It's just a
I take full
sauna.
damage, but I use the fire to light my pipe a little.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Ayo.
So you all kind of get rocked by this flame. And you step forward, you see this metal door, and you see a point where the rod can be placed within the door.
Okay, yeah.
Who has the rod at this point?
Ember has the rod.
Ember looks, now that like you all are like probably coming up closer to her, she's got like scorch marks all over her, and she's like bleeding, and it's just she's not looking great.
I'm gonna come up and cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds into Ember.
You know, I could I'll toss you one too.
Incredible.
2nd
Love
level.
that.
Yeah, you see Onyx stumbling forward. Also
Everyone's
torch
walking
with
out,
like
he's like,
wires,
hold on.
like
no.
wires sort of splayed, and I'm gonna take out a wrench and just start.
You get 18
Because
from
you get
18? Is that what you said? Damn, okay.
Yeah,
13
that's a
plus
good
5.
one. You've got 13 points from smoke. Onyx, are you okay?
I just stab you with a syringe.
I've
Like-
definitely been better.
I'll put at least there's a
starts
1st
to
level
twitch
wound.
a bit.
1st level wounds, 1st level cure wounds.
And
on
single
top of
digit hit
Onyx.
points.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Well, that's
buddy.
max health for me, so that's gonna be 12.
Okay.
Thank you so much. No longer in
As
single
I come-
digits.
As I come back and I just take out a very small wrench and just make like a small adjustment.
Welcome to the
Amazing.
teens. Teen level hit points.
That 20 of lightning damage off the top was rough from the ship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then you didn't get your short rest.
Yeah.
I got back up to max.
Yeah, same.
Bye.
If I hadn't got that, I'd be very hurt.
I would have gone down if I hadn't healed in that short
Yeah.
rest. I would have been unconscious.
Ember, you place the rod in the door. Door opens. Within, you see a rather chaotic sight. The first thing your eyes are drawn to is the large body of another of these magmatic creatures in the middle of the room. Surrounding it are melted suits of armor that bear the insignia of House Lasser. There are shadows on the wall where soot marks the outline of people, but no people to be seen. You see at the far end of the room, you see a kind of hard line stop of where the fire stops, this weird hard cut line, and a man dressed in kind of wizardly robes with his arms burnt down to his elbow, gone, just smoldered, and he is lying in place, but it looks like he was standing with his arms outstretched, almost shielding the 10 to 15 people behind him who are unconscious, as if having been thrown back by the impact of whatever barrier he'd put in place breaking. The creature exploding shattered the barrier, but he saved them at the cost of his hands. Beside the magma creature is another man, badly burnt, deeply wounded, but still breathing. And he's lying over top of a small young boy. whose burnt clothing is rich. He wears a small, somewhat melted diadem, denoting his rank as prince. And he is alive, but unconscious.
I run forward.
And as you see Empress Lasser's son, unconscious on the floor before you, that is where we're going to end it tonight.
Oh,
Yeah,
and then we played for 4 more hours.
And then we just kept going.
We just pre-recorded the next one. So we
I am so conscious of the time difference for some people, and I just
1:30 in the morning, baby. Let's go.
It was already a long session, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh, so good though.
So good.
That was so
awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Happy Halloween. We hope all of you out there had just the most delightful time with whatever tricks and treats you got up to this evening. Hope you all were able to stay safe out there. We are back on Saturday with some more world building with Adam, where he builds more things and then breaks them. And then we are back the following Monday with more episodes of this beautiful, wonderful, now 8-part series where we'll be on episode what?
We're halfway done.
Holy. Episode sheesh, we'll be on episode 5 next week. This is our full cast. We are now at a full cast here with Tim joining us. We're so excited to have us all together. This is an absolute treat. Roz, Bam.
6 DMs. It's a good time. 6 DM players. Let's go.
New name of the show.
Awesome.
Hey, welcome to At the Edge of All Things, where 7 DMs play together, but only one of them is the actual DM.
Can you figure out which one it is?
Decide.
Which one is it? Roz, Bam, and Faye, thank you so much for joining us tonight and for this entirety of this campaign. We love you all so much. We're going to go raid. Do I know who we're going to go raid? No, because this is a pre-record. Thank you to all of you who rated us. Thank you to all of our wonderful new followers this evening. If you donated or subbed or dropped some bits in the chat.
Those 3 different level 20 hype trains were insane, you guys.
I can't believe it.
I didn't know Twitch had level 20 hype trains, and you
just
made
it happen. So just
only for Blackwater D&D. This is the only level 20 hype trains we can get. We're gonna go raid, so please stick around in an outro screen. Thank you so much and for coming by and hanging out with us for this beautiful campaign. We have some very exciting stuff coming up for campaign 2, and we cannot wait to share it with you. More details dropping soon. But for now, Adam, do you want to take us out with our Be Safe this evening?
Yeah, I should have been thinking about this while we were talking.
Chalk it up for the so sorry. It hurts.
Sometimes a sacrifice is required to protect those you love. So wherever you find yourself, make sure to do things and be safe.
Be safe, my dear. Stick around for the raid. We'll see you tonight.
Don't put me on the spot.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy Halloween.